Welcome, Internet, to the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dad Ninja Dev, joined as always by Donnie E, the High Breeze, and Delvin Detective Joe Lawless Cox. What the hell does your name mean?
That is a real detective name. I was
From what?
watching this documentary on HBO Max about the actual murder that happened on like Elm Street.
Oh,
I saw that.
Yeah, and
Well,
as
hang
I was
on.
watching it,
I saw the trailer for that. My impression from the trailer was it's got nothing to do with the actual murders. It just happens to be like adjacent murders that are kind
that
of
happened on
like
streets
with
that
kids.
are named Elm Street.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not nothing to do with Freddy or nothing like that.
Of course
Even though they
not.
frame it like that.
Make believe.
Make believe. It's real murder that happened to do on Elm Street. And one of the detectives on there name was Joe Lawless. I said, that can't be his real
Wow.
fucking name.
Surprised.
I was like, this
that's
is
a terrible
real?
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if he was one of those cops that just, was real corrupt because your name?
I
Why
imagine
not?
he was just like he was just born to be a detective.
Officer
Lawless! Get in the office.
Officer Lawless.
You've killed 30 criminals. It's my job, sir.
I am the law.
That's hilarious.
Like Stallone was in Last Action Hero. That's a great movie, by the way. Last Action Hero is very underrated.
So is Dread.
Yeah, I was gonna
Dread
say
is
Dread
really
was
good.
Not the law. I am the law. It's the
I like
best.
that movie.
It's
I
so
love that
good.
movie. It's so
It
good,
is.
yeah. They don't make them like that no more.
No, they don't. They make them terrible now.
This is true.
They made the new. There's like the other Dread with Buddy from Remember the Titans is in it.
That's a good one too. It's very
bad.
different though.
It's not awful,
It's
but
very
it's
different.
not. It's not nearly as good, but it's not bad.
It's like
It's
The
mid.
Raid. If you like The Raid, you'll like that Dread movie. The Raid's awesome.
Never seen
better
The Raid.
than it's better than like the remake they tried to do of Blair Witch.
That's terrible.
That's
They
on my mind
remade
because I
Blair
came
Witch?
across a thread on Reddit where somebody just discovered that they did the Blair Witch in 2016, and guy was like, "I watched this, and this movie was really great," and it took everything in me not to respond like, "This is the worst movie I've ever seen."
Yeah.
Like it's really bad.
Well,
Why? Why
Well,
did
it's
they
not-
They
remake
tried
that?
to reboot the Blair Witch in
it's a
2016.
reboot. It's not a remake. They
But here's the funny
basically
thing: it's
continuation
actually
of the story.
it's a reboot and a sequel.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it's terrible.
it's awful. It's real bad.
Wasn't there
I was-
already a sequel to the Blair Witch?
Oh, there's a couple. Yeah, Book
Yeah.
of Shadows.
God.
They're not good.
Jesus.
I was comically, like maniacally laughing at how terrible that movie was in theater while watching it. Like opening weekend, I was like, "This is the stupidest shit I've ever. This is awful." I think I was like the worst person in the theater. I think everybody must have hated me. I was like, "This is real bad. Like this is
But-
real. This is grown up stew bad. This is Moonfall bad. Like this is
Funny-
awful bad."
Funny you mentioned that because I had a similar experience like that. Like I want to say last week with my son, and I had to tell him to chill out because he's gonna get us thrown out the theater.
Yeah, it was my wife. She was like, "Donnie, you need to stop." And I was like, "This is terrible. They need to get my money back. This is like, they charged people for this. Like they done sold this and everything to us. I feel lied to."
Yeah, we went to go see the new Joker movie.
Oh,
And
that was
it's-
first mistake.
Yeah, it's absolutely awful. It's so bad. And my son
What makes
doing
it
the
so
whole-
bad? That's all I've heard about it. But like, why is it bad?
It loses the plot of what made the first Joker movie great. 'Cause I think
Sure.
I'm one of the people who think the first Joker movie is really, really good.
I just thought it was okay.
I think
I'm not
people
like
It's not a Joker movie. That's the
super.
problem.
Yeah, I'm not like
They
you
should
could have done
called it
that.
Something else.
You could have taken Joker
I
completely
agree.
out of that movie. Just take the face paint off and not call it Joker, and it's still the same movie.
I agree. I
Like,
agree.
there's not a whole lot there.
It's not
for it to
it's
be
not a
that.
Joker movie. I don't want to. I don't give a fuck. Nobody. Don't
I'm not
watch
gonna
this
watch
movie.
this shit. I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm
Light
gonna watch it one
spoilers.
day. I'm not gonna pay money to watch it.
You know,
If
Donnie
Donnie's
don't
gonna
care
watch it.
about
I'm not gonna.
spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Then I don't want to
You
say
don't care.
that because someone's gonna watch it. And D-Life, it is 100% a musical.
Yeah, but
Every
you knew
time
that.
something
You said
happens,
that.
they
Yeah.
sing a goddamn song like "Shut the fuck up, tell the story."
Well, I think
Every
the
second.
director wanted to do something different, like completely different. He didn't
Know what
want
he
to make
shoulda
like
did?
a sequel.
He should have made a good movie That'd have been different.
That's a bummer. I actually thought Lady Gaga would be a really good Harley Quinn.
I agree. I thought she would be a really good Harley Quinn too.
Yeah, like she kind of fits the part.
I don't want to spoil it.
Because like
I'm
the
never
stuff
gonna see it. So
the
you're
stuff
not
she did in
spoiling
like American Horror Story is kind of very Harley Quinn.
Yes.
So, oh well.
it.
I
Again,
will
it's
just
not a
say
Joker
this.
movie, and they refuse to even talk to DC to learn anything about any of the characters. So
Well, I will say this. If you watch this
Will you?
movie, maybe.
somebody needs to just take a shot every time Delvin says "I will say that."
That's the
I will
PSVG
say
drinking.
this.
That's the PSVG. Hang
We
on,
should have
hang
made
on,
a shirt
hang
of that already.
Hang on. Say it again.
I will say this.
Continue.
But yes.
It's a dangerous game. A lot of power to give to one man.
Yeah, it is.
With great power comes great responsibility, Delvin.
Oh man. The movie, if you're worried about them using the Joker license wrong, you ain't gotta worry. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. I wasn't worried about that. Is anybody worried about
Yeah,
that?
I don't think so.
No,
Maybe
no,
Haley?
no,
Is there like a
There-
is there like
there's
a
a reason-
soul or a standard that we need to live up to? The
There's a
Joker
reason-
license?
They didn't go to DC.
I mean,
and be
didn't
like, hey,
Jared Leto already take that? Didn't he drive that bus right off the fucking cliff?
Yeah.
Like, can it
Kinda
get
did.
worse?
Oh, it can.
Really?
Yeah, it can.
Jared
It
Leto's
very
Joker
much-
out here looking like he should have been in Twisted Metal or something. Like,
Yeah, he's
I liked his Joker.
what?
that
Yeah.
horrible
Oh, that's
laugh.
crazy. That's
It
terrible.
was terrible.
Fucking-
It was absolutely terrible because I feel like that's one of the other Jokers because there's so many of them.
I was digging. There was that. Was it the Joker movie? Or not the Joker. The Batman. Who did that? There was like that cameo that we thought we were getting the Joker, where they had like
Oh, that was cool.
the post
I
credit
liked the
scene.
Batman.
That
That was
who
good.
was that? That was
I don't
cool.
even remember that.
I was here
That was
for
cool.
that. I didn't like
Yeah,
the
that
movie
was-
so much, but that kind of got me interested. I was like, this is what we're missing.
I don't.
I
think-
watched it on the plane, so I don't remember the.
It's
the
not
whole
like
think
it's
that was-
not it's not awful. It's just it is. The funny part is when and we were doing PSVG at the time, so you could actually probably find this in Discord.
Yeah, that
When it was
wasn't long.
announced, however many years ago, that Robin Pattinson was going to be Batman. Like, I think I shared that exact sentiment. I was like, oh god,
Emo
they're going to make
Batman.
like an emo whiny ass Batman, aren't they?
Mhm.
And I'll never forget. Kyle was like, actually, if you watch his movies that aren't Twilight, he's actually a really good actor, and I actually really respect Kyle's opinion. And I did go watch those movies. I watched a couple, and it kind of I was like, okay. Like, I remember at the time, I was like, Batman is not that hard of a role to play. You really kind of need a chin and a voice, and you can kind of be Batman. That's really not all that it is. So I kind of warmed up to it, only to actually see that movie when it come out, and it's exactly what I thought, like almost to a T.
Yep,
The day
super
that they
young,
were like,
emo
Robert
Batman.
Pattinson's going to be Batman, it is exactly what I thought it
Mhm.
was going to be. It's
But
like,
to be clear,
they
Batman
are
is emo
who
and
they
whiny.
thought they were.
Yeah, Batman is emo. That's all
Yeah.
he
he's
really
very
is.
emo and whiny.
Super.
His
He's
whole
normally not
career.
so whiny. He's broody. This is whiny.
Normally because we get the older
was almost
version of
like
him.
the
This is
Crow.
young Bruce.
Like they could
Yeah.
have just to the face paint been like, this is the Crow now. You know,
Mhm.
like just do that then. Because that's really what it was. It was like Batman, but if he was the Crow.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie.
It's like I said, it's not awful. It's not
It's not terrible.
It's not the worst Batman ever. It's not awful.
No,
Yeah.
no, there's
Yeah.
there's worse Batman.
Yeah, it's not the worst Batman. It's way better than Clooney. Like, not
Way
don't get me
better than
wrong. I'm
Clooney.
not hating
Better than
it.
Clooney. Better than Val Kilmer.
But I wasn't. It wasn't. It was still not my favorite, and far from it. I was just kind of
Yeah.
like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing.
I enjoyed the car scene. I
It's
thought
a
that
high.
car scene was dope as fuck.
It's a high bar for me. I really love Batman. I don't love superheroes and comics as much as you guys.
You
but
don't
Batman
like
is my
heroes
dude.
at all. You only like Batman.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like it's I'm really into Batman. So when they kind of,
I
it's
wouldn't
not
even
like
say you're
really
into
good,
Batman.
I'm kind of
You just
disappointed.
like Batman. You don't know none of the villains. You just
Dude,
like
I'm playing the Batman game on Wii, and I got all these cameos from these people. I don't know who the fuck any of these people are.
What
exactly.
Batman game? The
I
Brave
know
and Bold?
that Green Lantern is there, or Green Ring, or whatever. What
Green
is it?
Lantern.
Is that
That
the
shit
man,
Not
or is that
Green
the?
Ring.
I
This
don't know.
man said Green Ring.
I don't know the fuck he is. I just didn't know if Green Lantern was the Avengers side or if there was a different green hero for the DC side.
No.
I know that
Green
each have their
Lantern
own.
is a
Green
Green
Lantern
Lantern.
is DC. Yes,
And it was
Lantern
Aquaman's
Corps.
the other side.
Yes. No.
Aquaman is also.
It's that side too.
DC.
See, this is awful.
DC
DC's
is
This is
DC.
the worst. It's not. It needs to not be DC. It just needs to be Batman. Like that. Like it just is.
Well, Well, he
they
is the
all work
logo.
with Batman.
Stop doing
He
all
is
this
the
shit,
logo.
man. But yeah, I never pick him because I'm like, fuck that guy because of Delvin. I'm just like, absolutely not. I'm not picking him to be my cameo. So I have to pick these other people, and then they
Goddamn
cameo into the screen, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this person. Like, one person comes in and just screams, the other person's like made of gold. I'm like, these people didn't try at all. It's so, it's like they picked adjectives out of a hat. It's like Mad Libs for superheroes and villains. It's like they just saw something. They're like, cat person, Catwoman. There it is. That's one. And they just keep going. Like there's no thought at all into these things. Green Arrow. Thanks, Daniel. That's what I was thinking. The Green Arrow thing. There's another
Green Arrow, but they don't.
Yeah.
He doesn't use a ring. So when you say the Green Ring, we think of the
Green Lantern
because he has a ring. That's what gives
a
him
terrible
his
name.
powers.
I am the Green Lantern. I'm like, okay, Mr. Flashlight.
There's also yellow lanterns and red lanterns.
That's
Like, there's a
awful.
lot. It's the Lantern Corps.
Just
it's a lot of
Yes.
them.
Just
Very much.
terrible. But that's a really cool game. If you guys have never played it, I like it a lot.
Brave and the Bold, right?
Yeah, on Wii. There's a DS version, but they're not the same game. This is back when they were like they would like name the same games, but they're like very different. Like the
I
portable
gotta
version
try
we're
that
doing.
one.
The Wii version, it's like I've always wanted them to like remake it or re-release it, remaster it, because it's very cartoony, like almost like an animation. And I mean, it is
Because
not
it is
almost like an
animation.
animation. Yeah, it's an
based off
animation.
a TV show.
So it looks like today, it still looks great on Wii. It looks great. And I always sit there and think, like, how good would this look on like an OLED? Like on a Steam, like this game would look amazing. You wouldn't even have to do that much to it. And it is fun to play. Like you get to, you do Batman shit. You beat up people, you zip around. It's a brawler, it's a beat 'em up, it's way forward. And essentially you get to punch and you have like uppercuts and like low kicks. So it's almost like Mortal Kombat-ish in like combat. And then the motion control, where you just like wave you just wave the remote and Batman does like a super
You
punch.
lost me at motion.
I know. Well, that's the point of why you would want to bring it back. If you bring it back, you wouldn't do that, right? You would just have like a stick. It's like the hit stick. It's like Smash, like the hit stick. Like you just flick, and Batman just punches the shit out of somebody, which is fun.
Use that hit stick.
Pretty cool
I just
to do.
assign it to a button and press it.
Well, you can do that. Well, you can't do that.
Can
on
I
Wii,
just
but
use
that's why I want them to bring it back, man.
what is it?
Like
It's
it's a
called
really cool
Wavebird?
way forward game. It's like, man, bring
It
this
probably
back.
is. Way Forward makes good games.
Yeah, they make good games, and it's like crazy that they just made this Batman game as exclusive and like nobody played it. It's like, and it is
Because-
good. Like they got little cutscenes, little stories. Like it's good.
Because people didn't like that show that much. People are starting to like that show now, but that show
All the
wasn't
more
well
reason to
received when
bring
first
it
came out.
back.
I'm sure that would cost them way too much money because WB don't know what the hell they're doing.
D Life says Green Arrow and Lantern got to be related, at the very least part of the Green Lovers Club.
D-Life, get
Not
the fuck
even
out
a
of
little
my
bit.
It really
Not
looks
even
like
a little
somebody, I don't know the history, but it really looks like somebody's copying somebody else's homework. Like y'all aren't even
Well,
trying to be original.
Yeah, Green Arrow is just Hawkeye.
Yeah,
he's
see, you
Hawkeye.
just copying each other. You pick a word and you put a color in front of it, and that's the villain. They should try harder. Like they should have to try harder.
Nah. They made
For
$1
what?
billion without trying harder.
Right.
I feel like X-Men's characters are like way more original. Like
Yeah,
everybody
'cause
has
they're
their own
X-Men.
original thing. Like
Yeah,
but why
'cause-
can't everybody be like the X-Men?
Because
Just
then
stand-
Why
they
does
don't wanna be
everybody else
special.
gotta be full of generic shit that like nobody cares about?
Why does
I don't
every
know,
black
man.
Like what the
superhero
fuck
have
we talking
lightning
about?
powers?
Aquaman. Put Aquaman instead of Storm. You know, like which one? Like Storm is fucking rad. Do that.
Yeah, she's hot.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
You know? And no, we get
They
Green
want a guy
Lantern
who
instead of
talked to fish.
Wolverine.
Look, Green
It's like
Lantern.
they got
is
fucking
actually
Wolverine,
pretty
man.
badass, okay.
And
Green
Sabretooth.
Lantern's great.
And they got the Silver Surfer and dude buddy who's the torch or whatever, the dude that does the fucking shoots the fire and all that.
The Human
What's his
Torch.
name? The Human Torch.
Human
What's the
Torch.
X-Men
Man.
version? Is it the Human Torch?
The X-Men version.
Yeah.
Is there an X-Men?
There's a fire and the
No.
ice guy. They're like the
There's-
Mortal
there's-
Kombat guys.
Iceman,
No.
and then there's Pyro.
Pyro's
See?
a villain.
Did my camera just go out again?
Probably.
Man.
Dude, my fucking camera's like on the outs. I may need a new camera.
Probably.
Time to buy a new one.
Wow.
It was so funny on Shaq when it went out.
Well, it's funny because when it went out, Rebecca was just yelling at me, and then it went out.
She was just chastising Donnie.
I don't have a backup webcam. I think I sent it to Haley.
She may have called Donnie a bad father.
Damn.
Somebody in
bad
chat
father.
called me a bad father. Yeah.
Why?
You didn't see
What?
that? I put it up on the screen. Somebody was like, somebody in chat was like, but Delvin's a good father, unlike Donnie.
Dang.
You know, the funny thing is today I told my coworker, she's a younger woman, and she's very into the fashion stuff. I told her what happened. And I was like, hey, I just want to run you this situation by and tell you what you think. And then I showed her a picture of my daughter's dress, and she was like, my mom would have beat my ass if I tried to go to homecoming looking like that.
Because Donnie was like, the dress looks like lingerie.
I didn't even say, hang on. I didn't even say that. That is what the dress looks like. But I didn't even say that, knowing that that would cause a scene, and I didn't want to do that. I simply was asked, hey, what do you think of the dress? And all I said in my attempt to keep the peace was, it's a dress. And I said, I hope you have fun tonight, honey. I'm like, that was my, let's
Let her go?
I'm not, I mean, I'm not going to stop her.
Oof.
And Rebecca was like, no, you're supposed to tell her she looks beautiful and be nice, and you did the worst thing ever. And
She went off.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
shame
no,
me for
that's
liking
what
Legend of Zelda.
I have definitely made my daughter change clothes multiple times.
I'm not that.
Not really
Here's the
bad.
thing, and this is what I told my daughter. And like, if anybody's listened to this, this isn't not that big of a deal. My daughter and I are perfectly fine. But this is what I told my daughter. I was like, listen to me, because my wife told me she was upset when she got in the car. I was like, listen to me. I'm your dad. I'm not supposed to like the dress you wear.
Correct.
And I was like, and there's a subconscious part of you that you don't want to pick a dress that I like. You want to pick something that's I'm not going to like, because like that's just the nature of it. That's how this relationship goes. I was like, I don't care that you wore that dress. Go slay. Go do your thing. Make out with everybody. Like, go be great. Live up to your dad's standard. I was like, but just don't ask me my opinion if you don't want to hear it. I said, because I'm not going to lie to you. You know how I am. I'm going to tell you. So if you don't want to hear it and you think it's going to upset you, don't ask. We were told, I'd seen that dress 10 times before she asked me at that point. I had seen it. Nobody asked me. You know why? Because everybody fucking knew. Everybody knew. And it was like, I'm not saying it. You don't say it. And we'll just move on. Right. But no, they had to stop and make a scene out of it. And I didn't even say what I could have said. I could have said what I thought about it. I didn't even do that.
He was
You
good.
belong on the corner in that dress.
I mean, the top of the dress it's just like a see-through corset.
Yeah.
I was like, you might as well just wear a bra. like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, there's nothing else there. And you know, that's just, I would tell you that's the fashion. Like, that's what you've been to the beach, you've been to, that's kids. That's what's going on. So I'm not too upset about it. I don't think I didn't see any mean words, and I would never. And I don't think it was all that bad. I just think it's a bit, it's a bit showy for a high school dance.
Yeah.
It's a bit much. But I didn't even say that. I just said it's a dress.
Yeah, you're a better man than me, because I'd have been like, absolutely the fuck not. You're gonna go change that right now. Good try, but no.
Yeah. She's 17. If anybody, I just got asked in the chat, how old is she? She's 17. She's almost 18.
Yeah.
Y'all don't need to be asking his daughter's age. Get out of here, creeps.
So I don't know if it passes dress code. I mean, it worked. Like, she didn't get trouble or anything. Like, it was there and it happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like, here's the thing. I honestly really don't care. Just don't ask. Don't ask my opinion on the dress. You don't hear my opinion on the dress.
As a wise man once said, good answer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was funny. She was giving me the what for. You'll appreciate this, Dev, because I worked it back into the show later. I had the clap back, which was epic. It was pretty great. One of my favorite clips in Shaq history.
Yes.
So she was yelling at me about how you're supposed to just say it's pretty. What did she say? Just say it's I forget the line.
Just say it's
already.
pretty and move on.
No, she said something else. There was a second part of it.
Yeah.
Just say it's pretty and I love you or I accept it or something like that is what she said. So anyway, later in the show, we got asked a question to rank our favorite Zeldas. And our buddy Delvin here was ranking his favorite Zeldas, to which he ranked the original Legend of Zelda on the list somewhere
As
very
it should
high.
be.
I don't remember what it was, but it was very high.
It was 5.
It's 5.
As
It was 5.
soon as he did it, Rebecca just started laughing. Like, he was like, the original Legend of Zelda, and she was like, okay, like immediately dismissed it. And I simply just delivered the same line. Whatever she said, I just right back at her. I said, "You're supposed to say I love it and it's beautiful."
Yes, never been more proud of than Donnie. Goddamn right.
That's awesome.
It was perfect. It was perfect timing. It was very good, very good. So, I gotta buy a new fucking webcam. Let me go to Amazon while we're doing this.
Good luck with that.
I know I'm not buying in those fucking Razer ones again. That fucking shit.
I'm using that one right now. I just don't install the software. It's better than the Elgato one.
Yeah, that thing I rebooted and installed the software on its fucking own.
So that's the funny thing. It hasn't tried to install the software. I don't know if
Maybe they disabled it because they realized the software is trash.
Razer,
brought my
software is garbage.
I was like, this is terrible.
God, their software is terrible.
It's the
so
worst.
bad. It's so bad.
And the camera is like good hardware.
The camera's great.
Yeah, the software is shit.
Yeah, so bad.
Do you want to check out?
Man,
or get
Zeldas.
nice?
What the hell you been up to, Delvin?
Just playing. I played a couple games. I'm still playing Silent Hill for spooky season.
Played games.
I'm enjoying it. It's really good.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to take it for a spin yet. I bought it.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Like I'm enjoying it so much because I stopped everything I was playing to play it, and then like I said, I'm enjoying my time with it. It's very atmospheric. I'm enjoying doing the puzzles, which I normally don't like in games. And I don't think I liked it in the original one, but for some reason the puzzles in this one are connected with me. Like, hey, go to this section and go get this record and get the other side of the record and get glue. I'm like, this is stupid, but I'm here for it.
It's because you're older. That's all.
Probably,
we're just old.
probably.
We don't have we're too old to be bothered. Hey, look at that. Donnie's back.
No,
I'm back.
There
Is
he
it
is.
a bad cable?
So I went to the Logitune. So what I did is I turned the camera off, deactivated on the browser, opened the Logitune. When you open Logitune, it shows up as like a different source instead of going right to the hardware. So I just routed to it, and it came back. I tried this during Shack, and it didn't work.
No.
So I'm suspecting that my camera is probably on the outs. I probably need a new camera.
Probably.
Time for a new one.
So, but sorry, Dylan. I mean not interrupt.
No, you're good. But yeah, I'm enjoying Silent Hill, and I'm also playing, since it's out early, Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Ooh, that I am interested in hearing.
I played the first, I want to say 30 minutes of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it so far.
I didn't
I
expect
like it.
anything else.
Shocking.
But it's really early in the game. I will say this.
Will you? Hang on.
Yeah,
Take a
there it is.
shot.
Take a drink.
A drink.
Listeners, you can play along.
Don't play along. You'll
Don't
be dead.
while you're driving. Don't worry. Do it while you're working.
You will be put in a
Please
coma.
be at home.
But
Play responsibly.
I don't know if it's because the game came out early. Because for those who don't know, if you buy the Ultimate Edition, you get the game 2 weeks early. Well, 2 episodes of the game 2 weeks early. So I got the Ultimate Edition. It's only $80. And only $80. What difference does it make? Now, we're paying goddamn $80 anyway for games. What difference does it make at this point?
Mm-hmm.
So when I booted the game up, they give you an option like change the outfits on your character, and for some reason, the character model looked horrendous. Like it looked really bad. I'm like, whoa, what happened? And I was like, is this how the game's gonna look? I almost turned it off. I was like, this can't be how the game's gonna look. It can't look this bad. I said, let's just push through it and see how it looked. And I pushed through it, and when I started the game, it looked fine then. I'm like, okay, it fixed itself. Whatever it was, it fixed itself. But when I booted up and it got to that screen, it looked like a PS3 game.
Oof.
And not saying Life is Strange is a beautiful game as it is. Those games usually don't look like amazing. They look fine, but that was just jarring. So
Oh
I'm
man,
assuming it's a glitch. But otherwise than that, the game was playing fine. The story so far is interesting. I don't want to spoil really anything for it. It's very different. They explain one thing I do like and don't like. I know people are going to be very mixed about this. You don't have a definitive ending to the last game. Like based off whatever choice you made in the last Life is Strange game, you kind of make a decision on which one is canon. So there's no canonical point for it. Like let's say you pick, I don't want to spoil it, but you pick one person to live or the other thing to happen. Whatever you say is what the canon of the story is. And I'm like, this is interesting, but
choose your own adventure.
I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of. I mean, that's always been more. I mean, that's been the case since the first one, right?
kind of, yeah. But I think the thing about it is, at least to me, it's almost a cop out because no matter what you choose, they kind of write off the other character.
Yeah,
So I'm like, oh, that's kind of a cop out.
it's very telltale.
Yeah, like, well, you made this decision, and because you made the decision, this happened. It's still like, oh, okay, that's not what I wanted to happen, but okay.
Yeah,
But otherwise, I think the story is very interesting. It's set in the future, so it's an older character, an older Max. She's in college, and I don't want to spoil anything about it. But if you played the first one, you kind of have an idea what's going on. And so far, the gameplay is you kind of use your camera to take pictures and find things in the atmosphere. It's pretty cool. I like it so far. Telling a very
It's
interesting,
boring
fun
as
story.
hell.
Well, these Life is Strange games usually start off slow. So if you're not ready for that slow pace starter off and then ramp up into that second, third act, you might not want to play this one.
I mean, I was never gonna play it, so
Well, I know that. That was kind of my
Not
problem
my
with
jam.
the True Colors. I felt True Colors start off a little bit too slow for me. I think it's good, but I think it started off a little too slow for me. This one is, I don't think it's the same thing. I guess maybe it's because I care more about Max than I did the character from True Colors. Like, okay, this feels at home. I'm enjoying it. It's fun.
Okay. Johnny, how was Looney Tunes?
It's mid game mill stuff.
Mid-tacular at best.
Good game meal. So it's
It
like a
is.
6.
It is like mid tag. It's not awful by any means. It's not bad. Like game
Devin
mill's
would
done
love it.
worse. I don't know if he'd love it. I think he'd play it and be like, "This is really good." I think he'd be like, "This is good. I like it."
Yeah, this is fun.
It's an 8.
It is
I
like
can play-
very. It does the Looney Tunes thing very well. Like I was playing basketball, just showing Jack, and I'm playing basketball, and like Roadrunner stole the ball, and then an anvil dropped from the ceiling and like hit
See?
me, and then when they went to go dunk, like a bomb went. I was like, "Holy shit!"
That's my kind of game.
Like it's not just the Looney Tune characters playing basketball. It feels like the Looney Tune characters playing basketball in Looney Tune. Like it does the world stuff very well. And the golf is fine. It's simple. There's not a whole lot there in terms of depth or content. Like it is kind of what it is. It is what you think.
Correct, Froggy T. A 6 is good for game meal. Like
If
their
I was
best creation.
reviewing it, I probably would give it a 6. I think like a
Finding
patch
game
could be
is.
helpful. Like a patch could be helpful. Like animation. There's a little jank there. It's just like it's a little janky. And there's like some weird stuff. Like when you play golf, you can't play by yourself. You have to play with a partner. Like you just have to play with the computer. So like
That's
when you're
weird.
like if you want to go play, you just have to watch the computer play. Like you have to. Like you're not allowed to just not. You just have to. It's like stuff like that. It's like you can work
That's
on this a little
whack.
more.
Just tell me what they got. Tell me what they shot, and then let me go. I don't need to watch them do it. That's nonsense.
Stuff like that. And I think it's like to like show you what you can do, because the training is like really bland and like simple. So it's like to show you shortcuts and show you power ups. I think it's to like kind of show you what you can do. But still, you should be able to turn it off. You should not have to do it.
If it ain't Golf Story, I don't want it.
Golf Story is much better. Much better.
It's the only golf game for me. It's fantastic.
So good. I love that game.
Oh, I've played nothing. Only
Good
thing
job.
I've done. Yeah, that's what I do here. Yeah,
Good job.
I watched the or most of the Tomb Raider show on Netflix, and I am really digging it. It is quite enjoyable, especially if you like the reboot games because it is that Laura or Laura. Um,
Yeah, I
it's
never
got
had
Jonah
that
in
either.
it. It's
Okay.
really good. I'm enjoying the hell out of that show to the point where I'm like, all right, time to reinstall the Tomb Raider games and play those.
That is good. That's high praise. When you start feeling like that, you're like, "Uh-oh, time
Yeah,
to do this."
I love the Tomb Raider games. Like they're my favorite like modern Metroidvania type game. I love games that are basically like that, where it's this open map. You're gonna come across things where you can't get there yet until you get the upgrade. Then you can backtrack and find all the stuff. I love that. That is like my jam.
They
And
are
so
excellent.
after watching the show, and the show is really good. The story is really good. It feels like it could very easily be the game. Like it's got all the crazy wild mysticism shit that the Tomb Raider games have in them. Like that's a whole part of the story. And it feels like it is just an extension of those games. So it definitely made me want to install the first two, and that's probably what I'll be playing for the rest of
Your life.
this year because I got nothing else to do right now. There's nothing else that's really on my radar since Assassin's Creed Shadows got postponed. That was the only other game I was
Dropped.
looking for
Got
the
nuked.
rest of this year. So
The
yeah,
funny thing about that is that I feel like I'm drowning in games.
yeah.
Like all I need is like I feel like I need to take time off to catch up on playing games. And Dev's like, there's nothing of interest at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing for me. Not
That
at
blows
all.
my mind.
I want to finish Outlaws, but I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with this two-factor authentication thing because your thing got
Just message
hacked.
me.
Eh,
That's literally you message me all day. We talk
yeah,
all day every day.
yeah, but I don't start playing until like midnight or later
I'm
your
up.
time. This is true. You do be
I'm
up.
up
He's up.
later
I
than
don't
you. I
know.
went to bed last night at like 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
I've
up.
been 10:30 is my bedtime at this point. That's how
I'm
tired
up.
I am.
I'm tired tonight because I stayed up way too late last night. Like I'm tired right now.
But
But
yeah,
I'm
I
up.
was to the point where having to constantly log into Ubisoft, I'm like, can I just
It is
use the game
Ubisoft.
that I have and
No,
just
yeah.
log into
I
my
feel
own
you there.
account?
I get
I'm just
like
like, oh my god, every time.
the delay for Shadow sucks because I was really excited for it. But I have so much to play that I almost welcome it being delayed. It's like, okay, that gives me some time.
Mm-hmm.
2, because it's being delayed and they're going to launch on Steam first, I'm going to buy the game on Steam. I don't care if they send me that game for free. I'm buying the game on Steam because I want to try to be a part of the people that send them a message that we want games day one on Steam. We don't
Yeah.
want to use this launcher. I don't want to relog into this thing and I don't want to do all this shit. I don't want to do this shit either, Dev, because after you log in, the next time I log, I have to multi-fact. I don't want to do
Mm-hmm.
that either. Like, I just want to open Steam and play my fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you. I'm going to buy the game. Maybe the stupid. I'm going to buy it and be like, yo, try to send them out. Like, vote with your wallet, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
That's
you
what I'm
do
going
it.
to try to do.
We don't want your stupid launcher. Put the game on Steam.
Put it on Steam, man.
God, I hate the Ubisoft launcher. It's such a pain.
Mm.
Such a pain. But yeah, I'll finish Outlaws one day, maybe
One day.
after Tomb Raider. But that's all
Maybe,
I
maybe
got.
not.
Life is my daughter's in a play that takes up a lot of our time now. She has it's like
Yep.
every day
Who's she
she's
playing in
got
the play?
rehearsal. She's playing a character named Chanel. It's the School of Rock is the play. So she's
Yep.
playing like one of the background singers or whatnot. So she's very excited about that. And yeah, she has rehearsal every day for 2 hours from like 6 to 8. So one of us has to go and be there, be with the kid while she's there because it's downtown and not the greatest area. I'm like, you ain't staying there by yourself, kid. So just been very busy. Game
Good
time has
job.
been very minimal. I took my G Cloud with me to her rehearsal yesterday. And
Ooh.
instead of playing on it, I watched Tomb Raider.
Okay, that works. That's a good
Good
screen.
job.
The screen is great. The screen is great. I plugged it into my car, so I had the speakers from the car. So it was a very nice sound experience, and the screen is great. So it was a really good
Screen
time.
is
Sit there, ate my dinner, and watch Tomb Raider. It was awesome.
I just pulled this up. Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft.
Mhm.
IGN gave it a 5.
IGN gave Transformers 1 a 5. IGN cannot be trusted with shows, movies, or
It's the
anything.
thing that pops up.
agree.
IMDb, it's sitting at a 5. So you're like, okay, it's pretty mid. Rotten Tomatoes audience score 78. So
Why do
the
we have
people that are
critics?
watching it like it. So
Yeah.
that is pretty
Much
good.
like Transformers 1.
Yeah, Transformers 1 is incredible. IGN gave it a 5. Like,
It's
what?
one of the best movies of this year.
What? Just nonsense. Nonsense. IGN should be banned from reviewing anything at this point. They're fucking awful.
Ban these fools.
Yeah, you're no longer allowed to do this. You're cut off.
Ooh.
All right. Well, enough of us. Donnie, let's get into the news.
I didn't talk about what I was playing.
You did.
Dev's telling you he doesn't care what you're playing.
Oh yeah, he's like,
We don't want to hear about
I'm
more
here to
Zelda.
tell you, we don't care.
Yeah, we got your Looney Tunes experience. You're playing Zelda. You
I
told
know, I
us
beat
about that on
Zelda.
Shaq.
Zelda's
Oh,
done. It's finished.
congratulations.
Finished. Finito. I've completed it. It's very good. Very good. I ranked this Zelda game in one of my top 5 Zeldas of all time, and I stand by that ranking. This is my favorite 2D Zelda game. Like
That's
I
awesome.
The only Zelda game. There's no other Zelda game. This is the Zelda game.
well, the truth.
Most of them are Link games.
It's
Yeah.
this the style. I mean, like, I've said it before in like the last 4 episodes. So I won't go too deep into it, but just the strategy that the game allows you to have now is really fun. You know, I like it a lot. Since I finished that, I'm trying to get through my backlog before the next games come out because I've bought several games that I haven't played yet. So I started playing Lollipop Chainsaw this week. I haven't checked in on it since launch because at launch it was miserably bad. I'm here to tell you now, at least on Steam, is really nice. I've been playing it for the last 3 nights and it is running like a dream. I'm playing it like 120 frames a second. It looks great. I'm not having any jank. Like the frames aren't all over the place. The first time I tried playing, tried playing on Steam Deck. It was a mess. I tried playing on PC. It was playable, but it was janky. It was glitchy, and the frame pacing was. It would go from 100 to 40 to 80 to 30 and back. Like it was everywhere. So it seems like the patches, they're on like version 5 or 6 now. I don't know what version, but they're working on it. I think today they released like we've got a bug fix that's coming. So they are hammering it out and it's very good. Last night, I don't know, I'm past halfway through with it already. And I was just very happy that it's here. You know, like I thought this game was going to be lost forever. I no longer have a 360, so my 360 copy I can't play. It's not backwards compatible anywhere. Like I was just like, man, this really kind of sucks. I really love this game. If you're into like the No More Heroes game, you like that Suda thing, it's really fun. You know, you chop up a bunch of fucking zombies. You make stupid little puns and corny little talk, and then you have these epic boss fights. It's fun, silly video game, right? Like a video game, ass video game. You know, nothing more, nothing less. And yeah, I'm really digging it. So like, I feel really great that one, I didn't push myself to finish it when it came out like Haley did. Like Haley just played it that way. She was just like, here's the way I got to play it. So it was really nice that I had so many games. I was like, I'll just put this on the back burner until it's ready. And I'm here to tell you that it's ready now. If you want to play it on Steam, it's great. Because it's Halloween and I'm in the spooky spirit, I bought Luigi's Mansion 2 HD and I've been playing a little bit of that just because, like when I'm not playing the Switch on the little light. And then, so what I'm hoping to do is I want to beat Lollipop Chainsaw and then either probably hop back into Astrobot if I can, and then save Silent Hill for maybe closer to Halloween. Maybe a couple weeks jump into Silent Hill. But I've got a bunch of games here coming out. So like, oh, this is a really cool one. Not that I expect a lot of people did this, but Retro Realms. The Retro Realms arcade releases tomorrow. These are the people that are making these side-scrolling games for Halloween with Michael Myers and Evil Dead with Ash Williams. I bought the collector's edition for this game, which is supposed to come with like this box that looks like an arcade cabinet, and it's got like a steel book and all this stuff in it. I got an email today from them, and I was actually worried because I haven't heard a peep from them since buying it. And I saw a Reddit there. They're like, "Are we going to get our boxes on time?" And I got an email when I came home. Actually, on the drive home, I got an email. It says, "Hey, our shipping for the collector's editions are delayed. We're not going to be able to get you these by launch day, and we apologize for that. We know that sucks. So we're going to give you digital codes tomorrow. You can just digital code, and your game is still coming. So I'm going to get digital code tomorrow, and I'll get the collector's edition and
dope.
the physical copies. Isn't that like good on you? good
That's
customer
how
service.
it should be.
Isn't it right? I'm like, why
That's
does this
dope.
seem like a revelation when it shouldn't? This should be the standard. This should be the norm. You know, and so many other companies would be like, well, go pump sand, buy another copy. These folks were like, no, we know this sucks, and we know you paid
Here's a
extra money
digital
for
copy
this.
for you.
Here's a digital
Yeah.
copy so you can play tomorrow.
Way
I was
to
like,
go.
fucking good on you guys. And I wanted
Really
to shout
good on
that out.
Because it doesn't cost them anything.
No, goodness,
Like-
no.
That just buys you goodwill. That costs you absolutely nothing.
So now I'm at a dilemma. Do I unwrap it or not?
Nope.
Yeah, you leave it in the package now? Because like now I don't
Stays
need to
in the
unwrap
box.
it. Right? Like I don't need to unwrap it to play it. Like I can already play it. I kind of wish
Stays
all
in the
collector's
box.
editions came with a digital code that you could choose to keep
Same.
to
That's
keep the
what I've
to
been
keep the
saying
box
forever.
copy in the wrapping. Like that'd
Yeah.
be great. You're
That's
paying
all I
extra
want.
for it anyway. You know?
Just give me the option. Give me the option to buy a collector's edition. With
I want
the
both.
digital code.
I want
What I'm
both.
saying-
I would like both. Yeah.
Give me the
I want the
goddamn thing.
physical game in the box, but I want to leave it in the box and I want the digital code without paying twice the price. Right.
Mhm.
So that should come tomorrow morning. I should have those codes. So I'll play that a little bit this weekend as well. I'm playing on Switch. So I'll be able to talk about that on Shaq this weekend and at least let people know how the Switch versions run. I'm probably going to buy them on Steam too. Because I imagine the Switch versions like, you know, I don't know. Maybe they're really good, but maybe they're just like kind of mid. And then I'll
It's
probably
passable.
get on PC.
It's going to be
I
passable
mean, it's-
on Switch.
It's a 2D beat 'em up. Like Switch can
Yeah.
run that.
No, no, no.
Switch runs Streets
It's
of Rage
better.
just fine. You know, like it should be fine. But in case it's not, I may pick up Steam copies too. I don't know. Usually what I do is I buy my physicals on Switch and then I'll pick up the Steam copy when it's on sale for cheap. So that'll be the plan. But I got Shadows of the Dam that's on the way. Horizon Lego is on the way. Like I've got so many pre-orders in. Like I'm drowning. You're not gonna, you like Horizon. You don't want to play Horizon Lego at all.
I don't give a fuck about no Lego game.
That looks really fun. Like there's so much PlayStation like fanfare in there. Like the Ellie
look,
costumes and Uncharted. Like that shit looks dope.
You know I don't care about any of that.
I just thought, I mean, personally, I thought it'd be a cool way for you to like maybe show your son like the Horizon franchise. Like
Not
it's like
the
a gateway.
They have like
Not
fucking
interested.
kids.
1,000%. When it comes to video games, I really have no desire to share with them. You find what you want to play and play that. I don't have any desire to like, let's play together. No, I want to play my games by my damn self. You can go play your Sonic and your Marios and all of that other stuff.
That's another game I
Play your Lego
pre-ordered. I have
game.
Sonic
I'm
coming.
good.
I forgot about that. I got Sonic Shadows Generations. Does that come out soon? It's like next week or something?
think
forget-
so,
it
yeah,
should be
next week.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know a
because my
Quiet
son
Place
keeps
comes out
bugging me
tomorrow.
about the damn pre-order. 'cause
That
he
looks
wants
real
the
good.
pre-order bonus.
Well, one Generations is like a goat Sonic game. Like it's a really good one.
People
And
really
then
like that one.
with the Shadows content, it makes it an easy purchase for like the remaster, right? Because you not only get the old game, but you get all this bonus content too. So it's a pretty good pitch. So I'm happy I picked that one up.
That'll be a birthday gift for my son.
Nice. That's good stuff. Oh, Jack is playing Striking Zero, Dragon Ball Z, and he has not stopped playing since he got it. He loves the alternate history stuff that they're doing. I was gonna get excited when he started telling me about it because like he beat Raditz, like instead of dying, he beat Raditz. So then they tell you this whole story of like what would have happened had Goku not died and went to King Kai's house. But like the end is the same. Like he just trains to get stronger and Kami helps him and he still beats Vegeta. I was like, now that is some bullshit. Okay, because if Vegeta showed up and he didn't have the Kaioken, like he would have got his ass whooped
Mhm.
without question. So
It's Goku. Goku doesn't.
that kind of turns me off. But I'm still gonna play it one day. One day I'm gonna play it. It's sitting on the Xbox. I'll play it one day. It looks great. I'm just not that into fighting games like that.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want to play a fighting game.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
like,
I'm good. I'm just gonna go watch DBZ and call it a day.
Yeah,
That
kind
works
of.
too.
But the alternate history is I really loved. There's some of that in Kakarot. They just kind of tell their own side stories that aren't canon or anything, and I think those are really fun. It's like watching a new episode or new season. So I like when folks do that. But that's it. That's all. I'm not really doing a whole lot. At the
You're doing
moment.
a whole lot. You're doing a
Well,
whole lot.
compared to you, but compared to you,
Yeah.
and Caterpillar's doing a whole lot.
This is true. This is very true.
Watching
I'm not
horror
doing
movies.
much.
That's what I'm doing. Watching horror movies. We've done In the Mouth of Madness. We did Tales from the Hood last night. My
Tales from the Hood is
wife,
so
my
good.
wife, she loved it. She was like, "This is really good." She was really digging it. I was like, "Yeah, it's nice."
It's a great
So
movie.
we've been doing like one a night. We didn't do one tonight, and she won't do one tomorrow because she's going out there. But usually we've been doing like one every night. So that's another reason why I'm playing a whole
Yeah.
bunch of games.
Ah, yes, the shit.
The shit.
Yes, the shit.
So
What did we watch? We watched some A24. Oh God, I saw the TV Glow. That's what my wife made me watch, and I'm done watching anything A24. They can kiss my ass. Their endings are terrible. I feel like I've wasted time. I feel like I lost brain cells. This movie pissed me off that much.
Oh,
Never
wow.
again.
I
Never
saw
again.
TV Glow.
Yeah, that
They got
that,
you, huh?
ugh.
You didn't go. You didn't feel philosophical when you watched the whole thing.
No, not at all. My
Wasn't
wife is
scared?
done.
A24, they're like
No, it wasn't
they're an
scary.
art house studio. That's what they do.
Yeah. And my wife was like, "It doesn't look." I said, "Nothing about this trailer looks scary."
That's what I heard when the movie came out with reviews.
That's
and
what I
then
said.
Delvin came
Second
on
Horror.
and said that too. So this movie went from like my top 10 watch list all the way to the bottom, and I didn't get
It's
there.
not
And
scary.
and here's the thing: I
It's
don't know
not
if
scary. There's
after
nothing
hearing people
scary
talk
this
about it,
movie.
I don't even think I'm going to watch it anymore. I'm like,
It's stupid.
just-
It's
know.
stupid.
so
Yeah. After that, in Midsummer, never again. No more A24
Midsummer is
for
the
me.
best. Midsummer is
That shit also made me feel like I just wasted time. I'm like,
Perfection.
This is so dumb.
perfection.
This is so dumb.
It's the best horror movie.
Ugh.
I watched the Brandy one. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm done at 24."
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't so into that one.
It's a wrap.
Did you watch the one with the goat?
The Goat?
Or no, the sheep?
I don't think I did.
You should watch that one. That's fucking weird. This lady has I don't know. It's just look up A24 sheep movie. I think it's A24. It probably is. Definitely is.
Never
All
again.
right. You ready to do the news?
Let's do it.
It's some people hating big time, but it's people hating on this campus. You are freaking African Americans plus Mark. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm rocking with Mark because Mark is rocking with us.
1000%.
Kicking old school.
1000%.
The 64 is coming back as
Speaking of old school,
for the Analog 3D open next week. The Analog 3D is an N64 console that plugs into modern HD TVs and plays original N64 cartridges in 4K resolution. It's compatible with every original N64 game ever made. This accepts cartridges from all regions and includes 4 original styled controller ports. The controller does not come in the box with the console.
Boo.
But 8-Bit Dough is releasing wireless Bluetooth reimagining N64 controllers that look awesome for $40. And
Give
there's
us a
lots.
controller
There are
in a
lots
box,
of
bro.
other. There are lots of other controllers. You can get the Retro Brawler one. You can get the Retro Fighters one. You can use your original ones if you got a one like I do. They claim that they have reworked some upscaling whatever to be able to play these games in like I don't know crystal clear thing in 4K. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really want to buy one. Like I'm probably gonna make a pre-order just because. But here's my concern, and it's not. I want to. Maybe concern is not the right word.
God damn, $250.
with no controller.
Okay, you guys are gonna focus on this too much. There are no screenshots of comparisons on what the games look like. There's no videos. They didn't release any like footage or evidence of what they claim. It's just like a splash page. It's like this is the console you can buy. So there is like a trust me, bro, kind of element here that I don't like. I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. But not that I've never bought anything from Analog. But the people that have, and I've got friends that have, we got people in Discord that have, they all seem to love. I've never met anybody that's like, I hate this thing I bought from them. Like all their stuff seems to be like super high quality. The Analog Pocket was huge. Like people love that fucking thing. You know, they bought the shit out of that console. So yeah, I kind of want one. I just don't know how much better this would be than the 64 I have. Because I have a 64. It doesn't have HDMI mod, but I do have the Eon 64, the Ultra 64 adapter, the upscaler, and it looks great. So like, you know, will this look better? I would hope so, but it could probably, I imagine it might just look the same. Like in the end, it might be a wash. But I also think I could probably sell my upscaler in my console, and this could probably be an easy flip. So I don't know. I kind of want it because it's new. I also want it because in addition to it just playing cartridges, it also has its like own OS. You can update the firmware. You can load ROMs onto it. So like it's gonna do a little. It's not just like a box that plays the game. It's gonna do more than that.
How the hell do they get away with this?
Okay, so let me explain, because we had somebody in Shack Chat that said the same thing. They were like, "Why would anybody want this?"
Not why would they want this? It's how are they how are they getting away with this? How has Nintendo not shut them down?
Oh, because because they're not patenting anything Nintendo did. They're literally building their own thing. That's how. Yeah, you can do that. That's allowed. That's totally legal.
Interesting.
And they're not copywriting anything. They're not replicating, and it's not emulation. This is native. That's the difference. It's native. They're not using an emulator to run these games.
Yeah, you can make your own console.
Yeah, you can make your own console.
Interesting.
You just can't replicate and sell the games, the software.
Yeah.
And you can't use anything that they use, like their patent, to make the console. So we had somebody in the Shack Chat, they were like, "That's crazy, $250." A RetroTink 4K is like the best adapter that you can buy to upscale your old stuff. It's like $800 if nobody knows that. And it's just
go find a CRT and get the old system and call it a day.
It's just an adapter. My Ultra 64, which is an adapter that was built for the 64, it plugs right into the back of it. That adapter alone was $150. Just the adapter. Oh yeah. And if you want an HDMI modded 64, they do make them. You can buy them from people on Etsy or eBay. They're $500-$600.
No.
So the fact that this console is coming in even without a controller for $250 kind of sounds too good to be true. If you are somebody that's interested in a product like this, if you're in this market for native gameplay on a modern 4K screen, like this is kind of I was expecting $450 when I saw the price was $250. I was like, oh shit, like that honestly, that's why I'm interested. If it was higher, I wouldn't be, but the fact that it's $250, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want one. Because you can't buy a better alternative if it's good. Now, there was another company last year, or maybe 2 years ago at this point, they came out with something like this, or they tried to. It was called the Warrior 64, and they made all these claims and promises, and then when people got it, it was absolute dog shit. It was terrible. Like, it was worse in every way. The colors were saturated, the frame rate was like everything was worse. So the people were like, you should just not get this at all. I don't expect that'll happen from Analog, because if it does, I think it would tank their whole company. This is what they do, right? They did it for Genesis, they did it for Super Nintendo, they've done it for Game Boy. Like, this is their whole business. So I don't think they can afford to miss like that. So I've got a lot of faith that when they say this is what it does, I got a lot of faith that I think there's at least a lot of history there to say that you can believe them. Like, they're probably right. But I would still like to see footage before I pre-order. Like, I would love for somebody I would love Digital Foundry to be like, we've got hands on, and this is what you can expect. Like, screenshot something, give me something. But I'm probably going to pre-order one anyway. Like 100%, I'm going to probably take a flyer on it and try to get one anyway, because I don't have a full collection of every 64 game, but I have 30 N64 games, and I play them routinely. We fire up the 64 all the time. Jack plays Smash. I play the wrestling games. I still like to play Blitz. And that's just like daily stuff. And then every now and again, I get the urge to play GoldenEye the old-fashioned way, or to play original Ocarina and things like that. And I'll play those there too. So I think this is pretty rad. I've been wanting one of these for a very long time.
So it's worth it for you, man.
Yeah, you can find a Shack episode from 6-7 years ago, I think, with me and Jason talking about how I want somebody to make an HDMI N64 that they can sell. I've been tracking these things for a long time. There was a company that announced one at E3, and then it just never came out. They're like, they showed it everything. They had a model and they put it in, and they're like, we got it, and then ship it next year, and then it just died. You never heard about it again. They just kind of stopped. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna get one of those 8-bit though controllers. I probably will, but I have the Brawler 64 controllers. I've got 4 of them. But I don't know. I guess here's the bigger question. Let me ask you guys: if I get one of these, I don't know what to do with my old console. What do I do with the console I have? Do I sell it? Do I keep it?
You just keep it. It's a goddamn collector's edition. Just keep it. Like it's like
I
history.
have the ice blue
Ice
N64
blue one, yeah.
with matching 4 matching ice blue controllers. Like
Yeah, you
I got
keep
the whole,
that.
you know how I am with aesthetic and theme. I got the whole thing.
Yeah,
You know.
you keep that.
Yeah.
There's no reason to sell that. You keep that. You hold on to that. You bid this. You got your little arcade of shit. All right, you keep that.
I might.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep it.
I might. There goes the camera again. I'm glad I bought a new camera. So hopefully it'll be here before Shaq. So yeah, if you're interested, analog, I think I didn't write the date down. It's sometime next
October
week.
21st.
There you go.
That's when they go to pre-order because I'm at their site looking at this stuff and just being like, you've got to be kidding me.
I'm just going to put on the credit card. I do like the 8BitDo controllers, like just generally. I really like their controllers, so I probably will get I'll get
They
like
do
one.
have really good controllers.
Like I'll get one and it'll be like my controller, and then if we ever do multiplayer, like people can use the other controllers. Like I can just wire them in, plug them in. Game Pass updates. And before we get into what's coming to Game Pass, for your awareness, Xbox has pulled the Game Pass trial options for $1 and the early sign up, the 14-day free trials ahead of Call of Duty launching into Game Pass. So if you thought you were gonna play Black Ops 6 for $1, you would be sorely mistaken. That is not an option at the moment.
Nope.
Said no soup for you.
Yeah. South Park: The Fractured Butthole is coming out October 16th. Still love
Great
that
game.
game. Donut County, Kevin special there, October 7th. I miss Kevin. We need to have Kevin on the show. Like, can we have him? Like, can he just like show up more often? Like, can we get like a standing, like a once a month or something fill in?
That'd be nice.
It would be
That'd
nice. Kevin, if you hear this, come to the show.
She's not
Come
listening.
show up every now and again, you rat bastard.
Mech Warrior 5 on the 17th, and then you get Call of Duty Black Ops 6 October 25th, launching to Game Pass, all Game Pass tiers. They made a big deal out of this. I don't know how
All
big a
Game
deal it
Pass
is.
tiers?
Well, not like the stand. I meant like what I meant was Game Pass.
You meant the
Ultimate
real
and
Game Pass
PC.
tiers.
The
The
real
real,
Game
the,
Pass
the real
Game
ones.
Pass PC, Game Pass console. It's
The ones that matter.
Yes.
we don't acknowledge Xbox Live. That's not a Game Pass tier. It's just Xbox Live that they put a name on. It's stupid. All right. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone launched in Game Pass like 2 months ago, right? And you can play them now. They've just announced that they're coming to cloud. So if you want to cloud stream, you can do this. You can play Call of Duty via the cloud when they show up on October 25th. And just put a pin in that because, or actually, I'll just say it now. There's a rumor that's starting next month, and I believe this rumor to be true because I think the reason they're reporting on it is I think insiders have already been alerted that this is happening. So it's not really a rumor; it's just like unconfirmed for the moment. Apparently, in November, Xbox will start testing cloud streaming for your entire library if you're a Game Pass member, and they're going to roll it out to insiders. I got actually somewhat excited when I saw this because I was like, that means I can play like college football and shit like on the cloud like immediately. It makes my college football game portable. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. And then I got less excited because Jez Corden at Windows Central wrote an article about how he expects us to roll out. And he expects us to roll out in little batches of games. As he said, he expects Xbox to roll out little batches of games supported like GeForce Now does. Like every month of Game Pass announcements, they'll say, just like they did right now, that these games have now come to cloud. And the reason he's saying that is because he's going on about how they can't possibly have all of these games pre-installed and supported in their data centers readily available for you to choose, that they'll have to do them in waves, which part of me says I understand, but part of me is also like, yeah, get fucked. You're Microsoft. You've got data
I was
centers.
going to say, you're Microsoft.
Yeah, like
Make it
that's
happen.
ridiculous.
Make it enough.
I think more importantly, I think there will be some publishers that maybe either have their own cloud or have deals with other clouds where like maybe they don't want to do this or they can't.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody is exclusive with Luna or like what Ubisoft is doing, those types of things. But the whole point of you saying your entire library is now in the cloud, and to me, the whole point is to make a pitch that go, hey, do you want to play that new game that just came out? Go to our store, buy the game, and no matter where you are, you can play it instantly. Like that's the pitch.
Yes.
Yep.
So if you try to say that, but you can't do that, to me, I'm like, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
Like, don't say you can play your library via the cloud if I can't play my library via the cloud. I need the whole thing. I need all of it. I need to know that when I buy that new game, when I choose to buy that game on Xbox, that this is a part of the deal. Otherwise, guess what? I ain't going to buy the game on Xbox. I'll buy a game somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, I can remote play any day and do that stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be like so binary and like give me all or nothing. I just feel like it's like a falsehood of like, if that's the pit, like we don't know if their pitch is going to be like your entire library, right? Like it remains to be seen how they're going to market it. But that's what like Tom Warren reported. Your entire library is coming. Well, like, but if it's not, then it's not. Like, don't say that and then pull back.
Some kind of deals they'd have to have with third party to be able to do that. To
The
have their
third party
code
stuff, I understand.
in their cloud. Yeah,
But
first party should be.
If you tell me my library is in the cloud, I want to be able to play like 80% of my library, not 15% of it. Right? Don't onesie and twos me all year long with stuff. You know, like I don't want to do that. But
when they say your library, they mean your Game Pass library.
Well, you can do that now. Everything in Game Pass is available via the cloud, or most things. Most of things, yeah. Okay. Most things in Game Pass you can play in the cloud now. So this would open up to anything that you just buy. So in additional to Game Pass, you just buy this other stuff, and now you can also play those on the cloud, which is like what GeForce Now does. You buy the game on Steam, and then you can do it in the thing. And they don't support your entire Steam library either. They just support the ones every now and again. But you know, I don't know. I feel like I have higher expectations for Xbox. They're a platform provider. They want the cloud to be a platform. They make it a platform. Yeah, like make it a platform.
Don't half-ass it.
Well, if you're pitching that like you can buy a Fire TV stick and a controller, well, you can't if you can't buy Silent Hill and just play it. You know, like if you can't buy like what's the newest? Not Call of Duty? What's the next like? Was it Dragon Age? Yeah. If you're like, this is the console, and you're talking about how the store and like their app, you can go to the store and buy the game. Well, if I log in to my phone and I buy Dragon Age on my phone, can I play it on my TV stick on my phone? And you're like, well, not now because it's not supported yet. Well, then you've ruined it. Then what's the point? The whole point is it to be frictionless gaming, to reach more people. And if you're like, well, some games do on Fridays and other games don't on Mondays, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Then stop talking about it. Let me know when it works. You know?
Yeah.
That's just where I am. That's where I am.
I mean, I think that's the problem with like it being leaked and unconfirmed versus like here's the actual statement.
Yeah.
So
they may not market it like your entire library is out there, but
wait and see. We'll see what happens.
So in addition to those Call of Duty games, Ashen and Dead Island 2 arrive by Halloween, and then StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft 2, the campaign collection, arrive on PC Game Pass November 5th. I know one Capri, who, by the way, congratulations, bro, welcoming a new addition to the family, the Capris. How awesome is that?
Congratulations.
I know he'll be very excited. I have never seen StarCraft, but I hear it's very popular.
Yeah, I could care less about it.
So,
StarCraft and kick rocks.
We have a little bit more Xbox news, not like major news, but kind of interesting. So, Xbox announced over the summer their new hardware, which I properly shit on pretty hard. I was pretty upset about it. So they've got like the new all digital X, and they've got the new the speckled egg special edition X, where they just like threw some speckles on it, and they were like, "It's a special edition."
Some glitter on. This is the stripper.
Can't have anything Hellblade, but here is a green speckled egg Xbox. I would love to know who the fuck is making these decisions. They sell the green speckled egg Xbox, but they won't sell the Indiana Jones Xbox. The fucking kind of sense does that make?
None.
So they have these new machines. The YouTubers have got these machines and they've ripped them apart, and we've learned some things about these machines. So the new digital model has less power draw than the original by half in idle mode. So it's significantly more efficient. Also, the chip has been shrunk down to the 6 nanometer chip versus the 7 processed before. So it's smaller, more efficient, less power draw. This is the same type of stuff that PlayStation did with the Slim revision. The heatsink is also completely like, not completely redesigned, but like very different. They've gotten rid of like the liquid cooler, and they've gone back to heat pipes, and it's much smaller. So the new Xboxes are cheaper to make. So
pass that savings on to us, you bastards.
So that was the point I was going to make. If you don't remember, they've kind of raised the prices with these consoles because they slapped 2 terabytes. So now one of them is $599, and I think the other one's $499. That makes me hate them more. Like if I didn't hate them the first,
Pro. If you're gonna pay that much, just get the Pro.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Before you get the speckled egg, 100%. So yeah, But that's kind of cool that there is some stuff. It's not just the same console. It's a better console and it costs more. So buy the old one. Get the Series S.
Yeah, get the old one, please.
Get the Series S. Buy a Series S from somebody on Facebook for $100 and call it a day. It's great. It's a great little console.
And then wait for everything to come to the cloud.
Yeah, exactly. I saw somebody, they were like, there was a Reddit thread where I came across it and somebody was like, GTA 6 cannot run on Series S. And I was like, well, that's glad the cloud will be here then. So I'll hit press play on the cloud and never have to worry about it again. Like it'll just be like I'll be playing it great, not spending $700 or $800. Like it'll be like this is fine. PlayStation The Concert is a new live show that PlayStation is doing, featuring music from across PlayStation's 30-year history. The tour will kick off in Dublin in April 2025. It'll move to the UK for 6 dates, and then they will announce the remainder of the tour for 2025 and 2026. So, gentlemen, are you and the XP crew going to go check out PlayStation Live The Concert?
You saw that long ass yawn Dev did. That kind of signifies what we're going to do. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
No. Not even a little bit.
Nobody people I can pay to see instead of like going to see PlayStation. No.
You know, that's funny because Nintendo has done the Nintendo Orchestra and it's like very popular. I've gone twice.
I'd be more interested in seeing that than the PlayStation Orchestra.
Really? What's the difference?
Yeah. The nostalgia of older music from like 8-bit games. There's nothing.
It was really cool. We did the Zelda Symphony, and they had like the Zelda stuff in the background while the orchestra played music and everything. I was like, yo, this is dope. We had Street Pass going. It was super fun.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. Like, I have a lot more fondness for 8-bit and 16-bit like video game music than anything modern. I couldn't tell you anything from like the PlayStation.
It's interesting because at the PlayStation E3 shows, they always kind of had like a musical performance, and I figured that like their fans would be interested in seeing like some Last of Us or Horizon music and stuff played in real time, some Uncharted themes.
No,
more the actual games in real time.
Yeah, make the game.
You are getting them. They are remastering Horizon. Like you are getting them. All those games you liked 10 years ago, you can play them again.
Horizon's music is forgettable. The Last of Us, I definitely remember. Like Ghost, yes.
Ghost has good music, yeah.
But I don't want to see PlayStation in concert.
Uncharted.
No thanks.
Do you think they'll have third-party stuff? They do like Final Fantasy, Metal Gear?
Maybe Final Fantasy.
I would if
maybe but Final Fantasy has its own concert. So
those
why
brands
would
are kind of associated with them?
They are, but Final Fantasy does its own stuff. It has its own concert, so I don't see them.
And their concert's very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd go to a Sonic concert before that.
Wow.
Sonic
I wouldn't go. I'm not doing any Sonic. Like I went to MomoCon. I went to a MomoCon, and when you meet Sonic people, nope. I'm not getting caught in a crowd like that. No thanks.
I'm not going to be around the people in any way, shape, or form. If I'm going to that, I'm going like high roller by myself in a nice place, being my son.
Muppet seats. The old man up in the corner, like
1000%. But I love Sonic's music. Like the music.
I see Sonic Dev up there just looking down, like, oh, these pores. Yeah. Stay away from me.
It smells like porn here. So I eat my shrimp with my son.
Are they talking to us? Ooh. Start calling him Boxy Dev. Microsoft is having an Xbox partner preview tomorrow where they're apparently going to announce, I don't know, some new games maybe. I haven't really dove into this one too much, but you know, like the last one they did was actually really good. So I hold out hopes that like they have generally gotten a lot better at this in recent years versus like 5 years ago when these things were pretty bad. So
yeah.
Xbox announced new console wraps and controllers for Black Ops 6. So there's a console wrap, which I think looks pretty good, and there's an Elite controller, which I think looks really good, and then a regular controller, which is nice.
Okay.
So wrap,
that's a start.
It's a start. More than that speckled egg nonsense.
Yeah. But hey, they didn't make a console; they made a wrap.
I mean,
you can't even buy the console.
Look, they can't even sell speckled egg. Let's make the wraps.
The speckled egg needs to be actual hardware. They had to make it, you know. But the Indiana Jones, the Call of Duty, nah, we're not doing that. Don't touch that.
let's just be real. The speckled egg was an accident. They had a bunch.
Like
They had
somebody
had a factory
paint and they're like,
accident. Yeah,
we can make
They're
this
like, we
work.
got to do something with these. Let's figure a
make
way to
this
sell
work.
this crap.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I'm never forgive them for Hellblade. Like it's
You should.
really, really soured me on the whole company.
They sent it out to die.
Yeah, it's like I can't let this go.
You launched the damn system on the
whole
promise of
thing.
this game.
The whole
and
thing
then
was
sent it
that.
out to die.
Not a controller, not a wrap, not a console, not a not a disc. Not even a disc.
Nope, not even a disc.
But they're like, speckled eggs, toasters, controller, like they got all this other shit for everything else.
Fridges, everything.
I'm never like just sell it to PlayStation. Just sell the thing. give somebody that will do right by this. Let them do it. It's just like, what was even the point?
Yeah, we could have had a controller, some
Oh,
plates.
It would have been
Special
great.
edition console.
I'm never gonna let it go.
Steelbook.
Yeah.
Astrobot is getting speedrunning levels beginning tomorrow, and they will have one every week through November 14th. I've really got to finish Astrobot. I feel bad that I've had that sitting on the deck for so long.
The whole reason you bought a PlayStation.
I know, and I really want to play it, but damn Zelda can't. Priorities. According to a recent earnings call and report from Don't Nod, their last quarter was not very good, and if this quarter does not go very well, they are expecting they're going to have layoffs. That's what they're signaling, that they're going to lay off people, which sucks as they get ready to launch the game. Like get everybody playing the game. They're like, hey, everybody, we know you love this.
Everybody's
We're about to fire everyone. It's not everyone, but it's like 70 jobs, I think, was the number that they said they were going to look at. So
thank you for helping us get this out the door, and you can go with it.
Best endeavors, right? They're about to WWE everybody.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. I really like Don't Nod.
Yeah.
We already talked about the rumor, so Dev, that's the news.
All right. So we have an update for the Rude. It's going an update right now.
Let me go get my drink.
So the scoring update, Delvin and Devin got the underwrite on Transformers Galactic Trials, making the score
shit.
Johnny 42. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. And me and Delvin 40. And the Rude would like to address last week's complaints by the Donnie. First and foremost, unlike the NFL referees, the Rude will not penalize the Donnie for his criticism of the rules in question. To give some insight in my scoring process, normally if there are 3 Metacritic scores, if the top 2 are the same, the Rude defers to that as the scores to follow. If all the scores are different, then the Rude will average it out. So
that's not what average means. That's not how average works. That's some electoral college
this is
bullshit.
How he does it. This is how the Rude
He's like, that's some Trump shit. He's like, I'll just choose the votes that I want.
Goddamn right.
This is
That's
his
how you
game.
do it.
That's not how average. You've just dismissed an entire console brand.
Look,
I love it. That's brilliant.
That's not how this works. They don't tell you in school, like, hey, we need to find the average of these numbers. But if 2 are the same, just cancel one. It doesn't matter. That's not how averages work. That's not average. If
This
you
is
did
the
that
Rude
in
Day
school, you'd get the wrong answer.
Look, Rude, I just need you to find 5,000 votes.
doesn't
Right. I
matter.
need to look, hey, guys, I need 10,000 votes. I mean, come on.
this is why this is the Rude segment. He can do what he wants.
It's true.
It's his segment.
That's true.
That's what he
We
wants.
gave him ultimate power.
Yes,
we did. He
Man,
said, for example,
use
a
it to
game like
stab me in the back.
Warhammer 4000 was got the same higher scores on Xbox and PC than compared to PS5. He was scored that way, which is why Donnie got a point. Secondly, as far as favoritism goes, it should be noted that if the Rude really wanted to give favoritism to the Delvin, he would sprinkle in AEW questions
No,
instead of
I'm not buying
WWE
that at
ones,
all.
That is
like he did earlier in the year. If anything, the Rude was helping Devin with the Chaffee bonus, as he sadly does not watch the greatest soap opera on TV, which is the WWE.
You know
So,
what?
the Donnie, the Rude will file these complaints and will likely never look at those files, but the Rude offers a one-time special of "My Bad Bro"
You
as
know
a
what, Rude?
consolation.
I will call your help of damn affirmative actions.
Wow. This is why we are in the situation this country is in, because this is what we think math is. We think math is what we believe it to be versus what it is.
Have you seen how they teach math nowadays? That's some bullshit. This new math? Oh my God. Ugh. So yeah, there you have it. There's the rules explanation. He should not be challenged. It's his segment. He is the Lord and ruler of this.
Yeah,
so he does what he wants.
Yeah.
It's just his whole segment.
It is.
Yep.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah. I did.
There's nothing else that makes me laugh.
I said nice things about him and everything. And then like Hulk Hogan, he fucking gave me the boot in the leg for behind my back.
Well, at least he didn't call you the N-word like Hulk Hogan.
RKO out of nowhere.
So for this week's, it's the over-under of 81.5 for Lego Horizon Forbidden West. The last Lego game, Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, received an 82. Donnie, what say you?
This one's interesting. I'm going to take the over because I think this game looks really rad, and it's also a PlayStation game and a PlayStation first-party property, and boy, the PlayStation fans love that shit. So I expect the PlayStation to be really high. What gives me trepidation is that there's a PlayStation property coming out to Switch, and I wonder if the Switch folks might hold that against it, and then the average might come out a little lower than I'm thinking. But I choose to believe. I actually think the last trailer that I saw with all the PlayStation fanfare and shit, I think people are going to like that a lot. So, I like this. And I also generally like the way I kind of look at this. PlayStation, right? They got the Portal, and we've talked about this a lot. I think PlayStation is actively now, instead of like trying to beat Xbox, I think PlayStation is seeing like an existential threat from Steam, and they're trying to keep people away from doing that. That's why they have the Portal. That's why all the other stuff. I wonder if this is kind of a play in that, more so than just like, hey, we want to get Horizon to the hands of younger people, try to win on the PlayStation. I also wonder if PlayStation's like, what if we took some of our games and put them on Nintendo to keep people from buying them on Steam Deck? Like, let's put that shit on Switch and stuff, and maybe, like to limit that a little bit, which I think is pretty cool. And actually, if that is their plan, I actually think that's pretty smart. But yeah, I want to believe in this one. I think this game looks really fun, so I'm going to take the over.
Yep. I too am going to go with the over. What about you, Delvin?
I was going to go with the over anyway.
There it is. Either all or nothing. We all get a point, or we all get jack shit.
I wonder if Horizon sells very well on Switch. If not all games, or even most games.
I think it will sell good.
PlayStation continues to maybe dabble in this realm, especially as Switch 2 comes abroad, right? Because I do wonder if, like, again, we talked about this a lot. You keep putting your games on PC, you make that money. That makes sense. But those games come to PC late, right? They come later. Mm-hmm. And if you're afraid of like potentially losing people to the Steam Deck, they start buying their games on Steam Deck. It means they start buying their games on PC instead of PlayStation, right? If you're seeing that trend, even if it's small, say it's 10%, if you're seeing that trend, if you can move that 10% from there to Nintendo, that's a win-win, I think, for PlayStation, right? They're like, we'll still get that money. And we're not worried about people because, one, those players probably already have a PlayStation. Right. And two, you don't have to like R&D and do like a console war against Nintendo. You just put your games on the Nintendo. Right. I don't, like they sold 100 million consoles while Nintendo sold 100. Like they can both sell. So it's not an either or. I think that makes a lot of sense for PlayStation. Yep. And Nintendo is just going to be like, yeah, that's great. Just put as many games as you want. like we'll take it,
Gladly.
Mm-hmm. Could you see it? Could you imagine a day where like NSO gets an expansion pack for like PS2 or PS1 games or some shit like that? That would be wild.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be really cool. For Sega, why not?
Exactly. Right? They did it for Sega, and like they're gonna get Call of Duty. They're working with Xbox. Like, why not? I think there's something there. There's something there.
Yeah.
Oh, before we move on,
next over under.
While I'm on this topic, there has been a lot of rumors, just like PlayStation's looking at making a handheld, and I think they're probably looking at it with AMD and where they're at in the Portal and all that stuff. Would you rather PlayStation make a handheld and enter the handheld fray, Steam Deck, Switch 2, all that, or would you rather them just support like the Switch, like instead of making your own and entering that console market, just put your games on this one?
I want my own handheld.
I'd rather than put the stuff on the Switch because they're not going to support the handheld. Let's just be real. It's Sony.
Yeah, they're not.
It would
So I'd
be
rather than
great hardware.
no.
Right?
I would
Like,
think-
you'd get the hardware and it'd be awesome screen, but
It
this
would be
is great.
incredible hardware. We'd love it, and there'd be nothing on it.
Well, I think if they're gonna make their own handheld, it'd probably be like the Steam Deck. Like you can play PlayStation games.
Yeah,
here
that's
as
what I
well.
was thinking. Yeah, that
Yeah,
they
it's
would
gonna
go.
be- they went out
But
to make
that's
games for
expensive.
it.
Yeah,
You know, that's
no.
$700-800. It's expensive.
Why? Yeah, why do that?
Well, why
Yeah,
would
And then,
that
you,
surprise?
and then you have to worry about Steam. Like, do people want to buy a PlayStation only version of that when you can
Yes,
get?
Yeah.
they do.
But listen, you can get those games
No.
on the Steam Deck.
Right.
But they
They're-
won't.
no.
Like, you can
this
play
is-
Ghost
this
of
is-
Tsushima on a Steam Deck.
They won't be PlayStation branded though.
There's a
Of course.
reason why there's no more Sony laptops and computers. They're not. No.
Because
No.
they weren't PlayStation branded. That's the reason. Like PlayStation thinks they're Apple, and they can, like I said, if they're gonna charge you, if they see
Still
Steam,
Sony.
they see Steam charging $600 for a handheld. They're like, we can do that. We can
I
charge
agree with
$800,
I agree with
and
you.
people
Dylan.
will buy it.
Froggy
because
says
it's
PlayStation will
PlayStation.
not pass up the 30% fee from third-party games. So if that's true, Froggy, then my question is, why don't they have their own PC store instead of putting everything into Steam?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you launch a PC launcher and you put your games there day one and you bring them to Steam later like Ubisoft? That's how you bypass the fee. That's a lot less riskier than let's enter the handheld market. Because if you enter the handheld market, you are literally going now, instead of like using Nintendo for your favorite, now you're going against Nintendo. And as great as the Steam Deck is pennies compared to what Nintendo has done with the Switch. Like it pales in comparison. Steam wishes. You know, Nintendo's probably sold more Switches in 1 month than the Steam Deck has sold total.
Yeah. For those of you that want a Sony handheld, we have that. It's called the Portal. Like why have to create a whole new ecosystem that is going to have games developed specifically for it?
Yeah.
And when you can it's a wasted money because it's going to be like the PlayStation
You have to
Portal,
R&D the hardware.
portable. Yeah, it's going to
You
be
have
like that. It's
port
going to
the
be like
games. You have to
the
support it. You've
VR.
got to have OS
Mhm.
support. You've got to have security support. There's a lot. There's more to it than just we can sell a expensive handheld.
yeah. It'll be just like every other thing they have. They
I
put
think
it
the
out there
streaming
and then
works.
they forget they have to
The
support
remote
it.
play, the streaming works. If Switch 2 is
Yeah.
capable, and they're worried if they're worried about Steam, I don't know if they are, but if they're worried about Steam, I like this idea of doing some stuff on Switch. Because like I said, just let the Switch be the portable. Let that be the portable. You just put games on it. And if people want their PlayStation, you get to double dip the game because people will buy it on PlayStation 5 and Switch. They'll buy both. They'll buy both games. If they make like a new Journey game or give me like a Switch-esque game like Horizon, if people have both systems, a PS5 Pro and a Switch, they might buy both of those games. They might buy it in the same place twice just to be able to do both.
It's possible. I don't see them doing that.
You might be right. I will tell you. I mean, I will say this. And you should drink. I think when it comes to making these predictions on what PlayStation will or will not do, I think you've actually done this better than most everybody on the crew. You've been right on this multiple times with their pricing and their products, and like you've said this over and over again. And I think you've been pretty true most of the time. So,
Yeah, they're Mr. Krabs. They like money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to describe it. Like
Yeah,
I can
they
see them being like,
definitely
"Hey," I can even see them being like, you know what? The Steam Deck is our console. We'll just put our games on here, and you'll just buy it at full price for a lesser amount,
and
a lesser quality of game.
my
Which
problem
they're
with that-
doing now anyway.
again, it's not really a problem, but you do that and you risk the chance of people moving to Steam. Like you're conditioning them over time if they're building a library of PlayStation games that instead of a PlayStation 5 Pro, maybe they're thinking of getting a PC. Right?
That is
That's
true.
what doesn't exist if you just put them on Switch. If you put them on Switch, nobody's like, I don't need a PlayStation. They're just going to do both.
Yep. Or they end up like Rob, and he can't wait for those exclusives to finally come to Steam, and he keeps buying PlayStations.
Right.
Exactly.
And the only ones that really dictate those are Concord and Horizon. Horizon's day one on everything. PlayStation, Switch, and PC.
Yeah, but again, it's Lego. It's not
Yeah, I
like
know.
the Horizon game.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's
I know.
like-
I get it.
And then
It's like-
Helldivers was the same way. Helldivers was on
Yeah.
PC day one as well.
Could you imagine
They
if
pick and choose
Helldivers
the right
also
ones to
launched
put
on
their day
Switch? If it was
That
day
would
one,
be hilarious.
wouldn't that be crazy?
Mhm.
Yeah, I just think like if they were to enter the handheld market, and I know I'm a Nintendo like shill, so I get how this may sound to PlayStation fans. And trust me, I'm trying to think of like chess. I'm thinking like if I was PlayStation, strategically, what's the best move for me? Is if there was a demand for our products in handheld, like in portable form, I would rather port the game to Switch, knowing that I'm probably likely going to get that person back to buying a PlayStation 5. I would do that first and then bring the game to PC later. Right? Like after I've already catered to that handheld crowd, then bring it over. And it's like, okay, we'll put it on Steam. We'll take that money, but you're going to get it last because obviously they want to protect their console business, their ecosystem.
In that way, they kind of get the best of both worlds. So that kind of does make sense.
Yeah, kind of like there's a chess here that like I'm not really hearing the gaming chamber talk about, and I have no idea if this is evident of that or not. Like it could just be we're making a Lego game, we want to put it in the hands of kids. I think that's probably it. But if you take a bigger approach to that, a bigger picture, there's something there. If they're worried about Steam, I don't know if they are. I think Shuhei loves Steam apparently, so like maybe they're not. Maybe they don't care. Like, they're like, this is fine. But again, if it's that fine, then release the game sooner. Like, don't make people wait 4 years to do it. I don't know.
You make them wait.
I'm just talking.
This is
about
the
it.
premier. This is the premier PlayStation experience. You can get that lesser one a couple of years later.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is. You wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, true or false? Concord will either release again this year, or be announced to be released again this year. I don't even know how that works.
So
False.
it's both. We're picking true or false for both of those things. We're getting or.
Either or.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's two options. One
I
of
would have
these
swore it
two
said.
things are gonna
I
happen.
would have swore he said next year will be announced to be released next year.
Yeah, I think he
Let me
did.
go
I do. I
to-
agree with you. I
let me
think
go
that's
to
what he
the
said.
archives.
So I'm going to say true
Kelvin.
because I believe
I just copied and
Concord-
pasted it.
I'm going to say true because I believe I think Concord shows up again. I think we see Concord again. I don't think it's this year, but I do think it's next year. I think Concord will show up again. I think they're going to make it free to play or something and try to relaunch it. How much money did they spend making that game?
I don't know. I don't think it was a lot of their money. I think it was a lot of the studio before they bought it spent a lot of money on it, but
Okay.
they didn't themselves.
The project itself has a lot of. There's $50 million into it. Like that's a lot. I wouldn't
gonna
just
read it
write it
again.
off as a failure. I would try to redo it if I could. Because even if you can break even, that's better than writing it off.
Yeah, there's been a lot of updates still done to the game on the back end on Steam.
Really?
Which is where I think this question
Ooh.
is coming from. Yeah.
Snert
There's
says
been a lot of
$400
updates.
million. That can't possibly be true.
Yeah, I don't think that was how much they
that
spent on
including
it. That may
marketing?
have been-
Might be.
Is that like all potential costs? Like there's no way that game costs $40 million to make. That would make it like $200 million more than like Last of Us 1. That can't be possible. Right? Or do I just not understand development at all? Maybe I have just no idea, but like compared to
So-
other games, like that sounds crazy.
So, based on a report from Colin Moriarty, he said, from citing an insider, that it cost $400 million to make, and
Yeah.
apparently it was $200 million before it was the alpha state that that the company had already spent making it, and then Sony put the rest of the $200 million in. But again,
That's crazy. 200
it's
seems
all
large.
from yeah.
Because then they
this
make
is-
God of War for less than that, less than 200 million. That sounds, dude. If that's the case, then you got to try to get something out of it. You have to. You've got to do something. You can't just be like, that's it. I mean, I guess you can. There is a sunken cost fallacy where you keep trying to get something out and you just keep digging a hole. But like the game's done, they made it. You can play it. Like they made it. Just people didn't like it. And they didn't. And then I think a lot of people don't like it because they tried to charge $40 for what most people perceive a free to play multi-shooter game. You know, like the world, the market has been conditioned. Players have been conditioned that if you were launching a live service game, it should be free to play. And I don't know. I don't believe that, but that's the market. Blame Fortnite and Apex and mobile game. Like that is the market. So
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I still don't know anybody who actually played it who didn't enjoy it. Everybody that I've ever seen play
same. I'm
really
with you. Yeah.
enjoyed the game.
They liked it.
So I don't know.
A lot of people just didn't want to like it. And they didn't want to like it out of the gate. Like Destiny's free to play, right?
Yeah.
So
Kinda.
like, it's crazy if you're like, no, you need to give us money for this.
I mean, Destiny is kind of free to play. You really can't
it worked
do
with
a whole lot
Helldivers.
in the free to play version.
It worked. They charged for Helldivers wasn't free, but it worked then. Nobody cared then.
Yeah. No. I think it's just a very different. Helldivers
Hang on.
is very.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is it the hero shooter thing? Is it maybe
this is
that
more of a hero shooter. It's
'cause when you're the
PvP.
hero shooter
Helldivers
thing,
is all PvP.
people do expect it to be free to play.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to charge people for a hero shooter today is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Is there any hero shooter that you have to pay for? Like Overwatch is free.
Overwatch is free too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think if you launch it free to play, I do think maybe you change some minds. Maybe not many, but some. You probably get some money back. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it coming back this year. I see it coming next year.
Yeah, that's right. I think it comes back next year.
I'm gonna go with false because I don't think it's gonna release this year or be announced to be released. Oh, I know what he means. Okay, either it's gonna be released or there's gonna be an announcement that it's going to be released again, but then announcement will come sometime this year.
Oh, well, now I don't know. False. I don't think we hear about Concord until 2025.
False. That bitch dead.
It's already October. Like they're gonna get through November. They got other things to focus on. Like let that thing cook. One, if they're gonna go free to play, they gotta readjust the game, right? They gotta have skins and shit you can buy. So like they gotta do some work to do it. So just go dark until you're ready and then come back. So I wouldn't come back until 2025. Could you imagine if this was a Game Award announcement?
That's
I
what I
would
was
love
thinking. I was like,
if Jeff Keighley comes out, he's like, "We got a game announcement for play and it's Concord again." Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
The
"Did you
crowd
do
will
that
go
at the
mad.
awards?" Yeesh.
We heard you. We listened to your feedback, and we're ready to try it again. Oh man, that would be a disaster. You can't do that. This is a blog post thing. You cannot. This is you wake up one day at 9:00 and Concord's back. You can't try to make this a thing. You can't.
World premiere.
Oh goodness. World reintroduction.
Exclusive. Yeah, no. False. False all around. Nobody's gaining any ground here.
Foul. 2 fouls.
All right. Let's get into questions.
Damn, Yarden. Yarden comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. 647. That might be shooting high,
There'll
Yarden.
be 647 happy people. These are all of our friends. These are the people we know, Dev.
Yeah. Except get rid of that 6 and it's like 47.
They're all amongst the 7, the 47 people that liked it.
Yeah.
All right. John 32 says, "What's your most hated Mario game?" Sunshine,
that is
right,
a
Donnie?
great question. Ooh, hang on.
It's Sunshine, right?
It like that's the first thing I thought of. But like I need to
That's what I
double
thought of.
check. I need to double check first. Hang on. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Give me a minute.
Are we considering Mario 2? Is that
I
even a
like Mario
consideration?
2.
I did too, even though it's not a Mario game. It's Doki Doki Panic with a skin.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm not counting like typing or paint or something. I'm like those don't. We're talking like actual Mario games, right? Like a legit Mario game.
Can I pick all of them?
How
Is that an
dare-
option?
How dare you?
Fuck Mario.
Would we
What
count,
about the lost levels?
I was gonna say, would we count sports games?
If you can't count paint or typing, then why would you count sports games?
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I would say no. You can't count the sports games.
Okay, fair.
It has to be like Mario games.
Like Mario, 3D, 2D Mario game.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Then Sunshine. Yeah, it's Sunshine. The other one that comes to mind is New Super Mario Bros. I want to say 2 on 3DS, the one that was like all about the coins, where you just like get shit tons of coins. It's like coin
That
constantly.
is 2.
That is like the most basic of fucking Mario. Like it's like they had a bunch of extra levels left over from New Super Mario Bros. It was also like the 6th New Super Mario Bros. Games they released between Wii, DS, and 3DS.
Yeah,
Like, they just
kept
went-
releasing the same goddamn
Yeah,
game.
like they just went to the well too many times. Actually, that's gonna be my answer. I'll change my answer to that because that was kind of like it felt like for the first time Nintendo had like a low effort with Mario. Like they were like, yeah, this will be fine. Like they kind of Kirby'd a Mario game. You're like, what the fuck? like fucking. They're like, just throw a bunch of coins on it. Nobody will care. It's like, man, try. Like, put some effort into this. I didn't like that one at all. So yeah, I'll change my mind. That one's worse than Sunshine. Only because it's just bland. It's just mid. And Mario,
That's
at least
all of them. That's
how
all Mario.
dare
They're all
you?
mid,
How
man.
dare you?
How dare
That's
you?
fucking blasphemy.
Mario can kick rocks.
You need to play Mario Wonder. Fucking amazing.
I've played Mario Wonder,
It's
and
incredible.
I was bored to tears.
There you go.
One thing that's not lost on me with Echoes, 2 years in a row, Nintendo has delivered a game that I have just been overjoyed to play. Like super fun, like in like joyous, fun game to play. Echoes of Wisdom and Wonder. They both kind of have that sensation for me. I really like. They nailed it.
Yeah.
Delvin, what's your answer?
Lost Levels. Wasn't a fan of it. I don't think I hate it. It's like, all right, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent to it.
I mean, it's
Like,
just
I
Super
played
Mario
it.
Brothers.
It's kind of
That's
like a
all it is.
DLC pack. Like it's
Yeah.
fine. It's kind of.
Like them
If it
levels
was
just stay
today,
lost.
it would be like a bonus DLC. It'd be like extra content.
Like them
Yeah.
levels
It's
just
just
stay
Super
lost,
Mario
bro.
Brothers 2. That's all it is.
Do you guys ever
That's
play
okay.
Super Luigi U?
I like that one.
Nope.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
Super
my
hard.
answer is still all of them. They can all kick rocks. Every single one of them. But especially Super Mario Brothers on fucking Game Boy. Shit was trash.
Yeah, I never really played though. I never.
Yeah,
really
that
played,
you know
I never
what?
really played
I'm changing my answer. Super Mario Land fucking sucks.
Yeah, it
Mm.
does.
That game's really terrible.
It's bad.
It's
I'm
bad.
not gonna lie to you. I felt that way most of the. Like I said this for years on Shaq. I felt that way most of the time playing portables for a very long time. I never had portables because I wasn't all that interested in. I remember when I got my hands on a Game Boy. I was like, "You guys think this is the shit? Like, have you guys played a Super Nintendo or a 64? Like, this
I
is
used it to play Tetris. But then again, you're comparing it to that.
Of course, I was because
all
that's
we
what I
had.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, but
When we got
always,
it was like, whoa.
So the point that I was trying to make is that for me, growing up, the portable felt so far behind the consoles. Like I don't want to go back. It's like,
I-
it's
I
just
like
like
Game Boy.
just play the NES
Yeah.
then. Like, what are you doing?
Just
Game
didn't
Boy
like
was
that
cool
game.
because our alternative was Tiger Electronics. That was your
Yeah.
portable.
Hey,
It
man,
was
Game
one of the-
Gear.
No, nobody
Yeah.
had a Game Gear. Those didn't really
Game
exist.
Gear walked so Vita could run. Okay,
It's true.
it was
Probably,
colored.
yeah.
It had,
And it
was
also
awesome.
had
I had
as
a
much
Game
support.
You could play Knuckles and Sonic and shit. It was pretty awesome.
I had a
And
Game
all-
Gear. Game Gear was dope.
All
course
16
you got a
minutes,
Game Gear,
all
you rich
16
bastard.
minutes that those 12
No, I
batteries
got it at
could give you.
a flea market like years later.
I had a Game Boy. I had a Game Gear too.
That's the thing.
I got a Game Gear
That's years later.
from a pawn shop too, and I was like, "This is crazy good for." Now it took
That's
you
really good.
$20 worth of batteries to run that bitch for 5 minutes, but it was an awesome.
Only
5
last
minutes.
30 minutes, but it was
That
great.
thing
But if you were near an
ain't
outlet, you could have a really good time. Like it was really
Yeah.
good, and like
That's
the
what she
Vita,
said.
it crushed the like you were like Game Boy. This is way better.
It is way better.
and they really tried to market it that way. It just didn't.
It
sell.
just did it. Yeah, like the Vita, it
Nobody
also
bought it.
failed.
Yeah, it's way better. It is
see,
way
that's-
better.
So Delvin, earlier when I was talking about like that's in my, I'll never get that out of my head when you're like, people are like, I want a Vita 2, like to give us a portable, and I'm like, do you really want to do this again?
Yeah.
Like do you really want to venture into let's go up against Nintendo in the portable space?
Yes.
And all of a sudden they double down and release 10 Pokemon games and put you out of business.
See, the thing is,
two.
Sony won't be looking at it like we're going against Nintendo. They'll be looking
You
like, hey,
better.
this is an accessory to the PS5 Pro.
That's
This
the
is our
portal.
Pro edition.
They already have
no,
that. It's called the
No,
Portal.
Listen, this is the Pro edition of the Portal. That's what they'll be marketing.
Oh, the Portal Pro.
and they'll sell 2 of them.
Yes, that's what they'll be doing.
Oh no,
That's exactly what they will do.
that's true. You're probably true.
Just like they was like, we don't need PSVR 2. But we have
PSVR
it.
2 was the PSVR Pro. That's really what it
That's
was.
true,
We're
yeah,
gonna
that's
put it
awesome.
out there and forget that it exists. Here's
Exactly.
no support.
If
Um,
anything, they'll make it and like, hey, this is competition against the Steam Deck and the Rogue Ally and all those things. Nintendo, we know we ain't fucking with y'all. Y'all do y'all thing. We love y'all. Much peace, love, respect to y'all. But we can put this out here so people will buy this. That's all they're gonna do.
If they sell enough PS5 Pros, they might just do it. Like,
Maybe.
all right, we can afford.
We can
to
get
put this
by.
out. We can get a Portal Pro.
But yeah, growing up, one, I didn't have money for all the portables, but two, when I did see them and play them, I just was always really kind of unimpressed when I saw the GBA for the first time and then the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color, and I was like, okay, but I'm playing N64 and GameCube right now. Like I'm not gonna put my money into that.
GameCube was dope.
It wasn't.
Link sucked.
It wasn't until 3DS. 3DS was the first time where I was like, yo, this is not on par with comp, but close and like different and doing its own thing. That's when I really got interested in portables, was with the 3DS.
Oh, I love portables. They're great.
Yeah,
I love them now.
had to.
I love them now, but growing up, like, yeah, I didn't have that. Like, that's my big blind spot in Nintendo history are portable games from the GBA, Game Boy Color stuff. I never really did any of that stuff.
I enjoyed my Game Boy because it was the only thing I had on long trips, and it worked out for me great. And then I got a Game Boy SP.
Like, it was poor. We didn't do trips.
Had to buy the backlight.
Yeah, had to, because you couldn't see that thing in the dark to save your life.
Couldn't see that bitch in the daytime.
The only time I really ever saw portables like Game Boys and GBAs and stuff was like at the bus. I was riding the bus to school, like somebody would have one and like sit next to him and watch him play Pokemon and stuff.
Had that big ass magnifying glass on,
on
that Game Boy.
All them damn attachments, boy.
The magnifying glass, the speaker attachment. All this ridiculous shit.
What won me over was Fire Emblem Awakening. When I saw Fire Emblem Awakening and I saw the reviews and I saw the console, I went to GameStop and I was like, oh shit. This looks like I'm playing a Wii game, like in the palm of my hands. Like this looks great. You know, that was when they got me. And here's the funny thing, I haven't gone back since. And I remember we did Shaq back in the Wii U days. I was like, I hope this is whatever the NX was, whatever they were doing at the time, I was like, I hope it's a portable. Like that was my big thing. I was like, I hope it's a handheld. It just needs to be a handheld. Like they've kind of changed my whole gaming with the 3DS.
Never had a 3DS. No, thank you.
Oh, incredible console, man. You missed it.
Yeah, I wasn't going nowhere. I didn't need a portable at that time.
No more trips.
No more trips. And when I'm going on these trips, I'm an adult and I have things that I'd rather do.
Sure,
like,
no, I
had a PSP and I would
those
take that
games
thing
aren't
with
free.
me everywhere.
I'm not trying to.
And it would never, ever. I would never take it out. It would just sit in the case. I just never use them. I would always find that I'm on.
The 3DS led me to getting a Vita. The Vita was dope. If it just had fucking real shoulder buttons, like real triggers, the Vita would have been a killer.
Yeah,
you know, that back touch thing I could never get on board with. Like this is an awful idea.
I never had a Vita. I had one for demo that I had a lot and I got to play with when I was running the gaming department in Best Buy. And I was like, I'm never buying this thing.
I bought that Assassin's Creed model. I got the Assassin's Creed game. I got Uncharted, Killzone. I was like, yo, this shit is the bomb. And then like no games came out ever again.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, and that's a wrap.
You have to just play all these Japanese games.
You like, but it's only been 15 months. They're like, that's a wrap. You know what I mean? It's a wrap. You know, it was like yeah, it's like this shit just stopped. And I was like, why? And I remember at the time, like, Beyond, right? Like Beyond, like everybody loved the Vita. And it's like for all the love that the Vita had and everybody kept talking about Vita all the time, they couldn't make games for them. Like, what are y'all doing? Like,
it's because it was the perfect console for San Francisco when you're on the BART for 47 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's why they loved it. But the rest of the country who's not constantly on the BART or traveling didn't do it.
I have issues with it, but it was a
well,
great
they did.
Piece of...
They played the 3DS.
Right. Yeah.
Which kept making games.
Right. It kept making games. Exactly.
That's the difference.
Kept getting games. It was like, it was a pretty easy pick over here.
Yeah. Vita is like, nah, we good.
Yeah, the Vita was like one game this year, and 3DS is like, we have 75 games for you to buy this year.
Yeah.
Because we're used to all that shovelware from the Wii. We just shoveled to the 3DS. Here you go.
3DS had some of the best games this generation.
Backlog.
Fire Emblem,
shovelware,
Animal Crossing, Zelda, Link Between Worlds. Oh, it was so great.
Everything on the 3DS.
Smash Brothers on 3DS was amazing at the time.
Here's Metal Gear. Here's Metal Gear Solid 3 in 3D. Here you go. Fuck off.
Hey, it was a lot better than Xenoblade in 3D. That was
Vita's like,
Xenoblade
nah.
on 3DS was rough.
Vita's like, nah, you get Monster One Piece. Here you go. Come look at these anime chicks' titties. like cool, I guess. Like, can I get some more games?
It was like
besides
what was it, like Patapon and
this?
because they kind of kept making stuff. Didn't they bring like Borderlands or some shit to it before it died?
And it was terrible.
Borderlands 2 came to it.
Yeah, it was the
It
stuff
was
like that. They
awful.
kept porting things. You know,
The Call of Duty game really is what killed it. That
You
Call
might
of
be
Duty game
right.
was so trash.
You
They
might
were
be
like,
right. Yeah,
never again.
that would be my fear. That would be my fear as a PlayStation fan asking for a handheld. Is like Sony attempted
Because you
that.
have to make games for
It
it.
didn't
Like, you
go
have
well
to
with them
develop
trying to
stuff for that.
split their
Yeah.
development resources. That's the problem with VR. The problem is that they don't have either enough studios or enough projects in the works to fund to hold up two ecosystems at the same time.
Yeah. Unless it's like the Switch, where the portable is the console, it's not going to work.
Correct.
It's just not
And when
gonna
Nintendo
work.
was doing it with the Wii U and 3DS, again, they benefited because they make simple, cheap games. They're not
Mhm.
trying to make Uncharted for 3DS. They're making Kirby Battle Fighters. You know, like some shit they made 10 years before, you know, like stuff like that.
Yep.
Um,
They go to the well and they bring all their old stuff
yeah,
and
you
charge you
can't
again
tell
for it.
Naughty Dog to make a game for VR for Vita. You know, like it kind of doesn't work.
They did. Naughty Dog said no. You get somebody else to do that shit.
Right.
Basically.
So there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk, like on Reddit. There's a lot of talk about PlayStation entering the handheld market. That would be my concern. Like people, I don't think
pipe
they're really
dream.
thinking that through. I don't know if it's a pipe dream. I think they're probably thinking about it.
They're
But
considering it.
but I would be concerned. That would be my concern. Is like, yeah, you're thinking about it, but are you ready
Yeah.
to do it?
Absolutely not. We can't support the VR. What the hell makes you think we can support a whole nother portable? Like, no, it's not. It's a pipe dream. It's not real.
They're not. They're just
And
going to
their
put it out
PC
there.
ports aren't
and
coming
leave.
fast enough to warrant
Mhm.
hardware.
It takes so much longer to make games.
Like you can't make a portable PC handheld for PlayStation and then be like, but we'll bring Ghost in 3 years after it comes on PlayStation 5.
Right.
Like it
'Cause they're
has
also
to
not
day
making
one. You
Nintendo
have to be
type
able to play
games.
it day one on the thing, not 3 years later on Steam.
Yeah. Nope. Not happening. It's a
Yeah.
pipe dream.
We'll see.
All right. Moving on. Robert $1.50. That's a great name for him now, Delvin.
really
He is
is.
no more. He is no more
$3.50.
Rob 3000. $1.50.
About 150.
One
It
video.
says, as well, what? As well, oh no.
Wait a minute, how much
Donnie.
did he spend on the
What?
Pro? And this shit like
$700.
$750. He
Yeah.
should now be known as Rob 750.
Yes.
No, he's still
Is what
dollar
he should
fee.
be.
As well as we
$1.50.
all know, Don is a huge Final Fantasy fan.
See, there's no as well as we. It's just as well all know Donnie. That's what it
I can
says. As well all know Donnie.
Robert $1.50 needs to look into some English classes.
As well all know Donnie is a huge Final Fantasy fan.
Massive.
So what are the odds that when he finally picks up Final Fantasy 15 on the cheap and gives it a go,
It's
it
16.
becomes one of his favorite games?
16.
16,
I'm not fucking
whatever.
playing 15.
That was not
15, 16. They're all the same to me. I didn't even know there was a 16. All right. If it's not 7, it doesn't fucking matter to me. I don't care.
Wow.
But there's the
So,
Roman numerals
he's-
that says 16.
Yeah, I didn't count. I didn't read that. I just assumed it was 15. Because again, I didn't even know there was a 16. So basically, is this Final Fantasy game going to be your favorite, and why is it going to be on the PS5 Pro?
Yeah, I have no idea when I'm ever going to play that game. So I have no
Never.
idea. It definitely won't be on a Pro.
He's
I'm not
not.
interested in a Pro.
It's
at
going
all.
to be optimized for Pro. It's just going to stop working on the regular PS5.
We fixed the glitch.
Rejected. You imagine you put the disc in and rejected. It just spits it back out.
No.
Please
That'd be
insert
great.
more coins to keep playing. I have the demo for Final Fantasy downloaded on Steam. I've yet to ever kick it off. I did download. I got downloaded the demo. I was like, I'm going to play this one day. I never have, and probably never will.
There's so many better games to play. Don't waste your time.
I always thought that it looked cool. I like Devil May Cry, and it has Devil May Cry type vibes. Like I thought it looked good.
It does look like that.
You kind of lose me when you're like, it's 70 hours. Like I'm like, well, I'm kind of less interested. There's a part.
He beat Final Fantasy VII in 40 hours, so maybe you can beat this one in 25.
It's taken me 3 weeks to beat Zelda, and that shit took me like 10 hours. So, it wasn't 10, it was maybe like 15. But yeah, I don't have that kind of time these days. I don't know.
You do. You just split it across 30,000 games.
I'm not that interested in. I've never been that interested in Final Fantasy. It's just a hard pitch. Like I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. Like, so I'm kind of resistant to it. I'm adverse to it from the get go.
Yeah. Understandable.
So
yeah, totally understandable.
Everybody has those games, right? Everybody has them. There's a lot of people. My games are those types of games. They see those games, they're like, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah,
1,000% can attest.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy is that for me. And games like it, it's not just it's Final Fantasy and games like Final Fantasy. It's like it's not just a Final Fantasy thing.
So JRPGs basically.
Kinda. Yeah. There's some like I say it all the time. I'm shocked that I like Fire Emblem as much as I do. Like stunned. It's the only thing like it that I enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, Final Fantasy VII is the only one that I enjoy. Like, I don't want to play any of the other Final Fantasies. I'm good.
I played 100 games like it, and I'm like, nah, I'm not in it. And then all of a sudden, you get some anime titties in it, and some drama, some families. I'm like, I am fucking. Let's do this thing. 80 straight hours in a weekend. Like, I play this and nothing but this until it's finished, and then I never play anything like it again.
16 knees, anime titties.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I haven't seen that. I know you guys all go fucking gaga for Tifa or whatever, right? Isn't that the thing? People love her.
She's not in that one. She's in 7.
Right, but like she's the one that everybody loves. Like that's the thing. She's the waifu.
I guess.
Yeah, she's one of them.
I like her because she kicks ass.
There you go. Well, that too.
She's a boxer. She'd be whooping ass.
Yeah.
So I got Lollipop Chain, so I got Juliet for that. I don't need another game. For that.
There you go.
Which is wow. She goes in the battle with her goddamn fist. Everybody else got a weapon. She's like,
she's just like, I don't need that.
I like that. I can respect that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tifa is the one.
I'm gonna go hands on hands with this monster.
Let's go.
Fucking demon. She's like drop kick.
Cloud has the
like, I have
sword.
The eternal blade of the goddesses. She's like, I'm gonna punch this fucker in the face. I like that. That's my kind of energy. I'm here for that.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that's what she's like.
That's the character I always go for, like all the games. That's why I usually don't like that JRPG shit. Actually,
all whiny. Like Cloud is so emo and whiny. Tifa's like, put on your big boy pants and let's go. Like she is big daddy energy. No,
I like that. That's nice. That's appealing. That's the best sell I've ever had for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, and you could just play as just her. You don't.
I told you guys why I never played Final Fantasy VII, right?
Because they're all whiny.
No, not at all. I had a kid in the neighborhood who had a PlayStation, and we were riding the bus together. And this was the time, it was like late 90s. So I was a 64 kid. I'm always playing all my Nintendo games. And I started to dabble in PlayStation for Resident Evil. That's kind of like what got me in. Resident Evil, Clock Tower, all these horror games. He goes, hey man, I'm playing like the best PlayStation game ever. And I'll never forget it. Like for like 3 bus rides in a row, this kid talked nonstop about how amazing Final Fantasy. This is the fucking greatest game you've ever seen. I was like, holy shit. I can't wait to see this. I have played Clock Tower. I played Resident Evil. I played Nemesis. I played all these games. I played Gran Turismo, like WWE Attitude, Metal Gear Solid. And here this guy is, he's like, this is the greatest game. Like, it's going to blow your fucking mind. And I went to his house and I sat on his couch and I watched him play Final Fantasy VII for like an hour. And I was bored out of my mind. Like he would just sit there. It was like Pokemon. He'd sit there and he'd like do a potion and he'd pick an attack and I'm like, okay, this is not this is not nearly as great as you like. I was so let down. Imagine coming from Metal Gear Solid and being like, but this is the greatest game. And I realized that that's a common opinion. Like a lot of people share that opinion. But for me, in the style of games I play, it was such a letdown. I was so disappointed. I felt like I'd wasted an hour sitting in this dude's couch.
I'm very curious. Why do people do that? Why do you tell people, hey, this game's awesome. Come watch me play it for a fucking hour. That is the common thing people do.
Yeah, and it was, I think, more so back then. That was a thing. Like, you would go to people's house. Yeah.
Bitch, let me play the game.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that.
Oh, no, he offered, and I'd watch it for 20 hours. I was like, I don't want to play this shit. Like, this is, what are you talking about? You all just stand here and you do the thing, and they attack, and they attack. And I was like, yeah, I've seen this. This is Pokemon. Like, I've seen these games. You know, like,
either let me play or put in some Madden.
Right.
Watch you play this bullshit for an hour.
Together, let's play something together. I'm not watching you play no video game. That's why I don't understand Twitch. I don't want to watch nobody play video games.
Same. So I had this really bad, like, first impression, and then for the rest of my years since then, for like 25 years, I've just listened to the entire game industry fawn over this game that, like, I had the worst impression on, and I was like, what? Is about this? What is, like, this is your king? This like I never understood it. So, like, it just kind of
them same goddamn kids having their friend watch them play this game. Like, bitch, I'm going home. Leave me alone.
That's literally, you've just summed up how I felt about Final Fantasy forever. That is it. I'm like, oh god, you guys are all just like in some echo chamber or something. Like, this can't possibly be it.
Just watching their friends.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm like, have you played Nemesis? Did you play Metal Gear? Like, have you played Metal Gear Solid yet? Like, because that was fucking blowing my mind at the time. Not this.
Come watch me play this.
I was like, yeah, like, why are you playing Dragon Quest? Didn't we stop doing this shit like 10 years ago? Like, you know, like,
it's so funny.
You're correct, y'all, and that kid did ruin Donnie's life.
He sure did. Because I loved Final Fantasy. I didn't know anybody who was playing Final Fantasy 7 when I was playing it. I played that shit by myself. Didn't tell nobody about it. I was just playing it.
It kind of felt like a real, like, niche, like, exclusive thing at the time, you know? And then you fast forward 20 years and it's like the fucking, like, a game that you feel like everybody has played. Like, all gamers uniformly love this thing that I have no appreciation.
Because Metal Gear came out after Final Fantasy 7. Because I played Final Fantasy 7 in high school, and then Metal Gear I played in college.
No, we were poor. I'm sure this is several years after both those games came out. I don't know what year it is. If I had to guess, based on the time and the grade I was in, I'm talking like 1998, 99.
Final Fantasy came out in 1997. Final Fantasy.
That's what
7.
I thought. Yeah, I played that
came out
in like 10th, 11th grade when it came out. I got it for my birthday, and it was wasn't talking to anybody who's playing it because
I was in Georgia, so maybe actually 99, maybe 2000, because I was here. This was in
Metal Gear Solid 1998.
Yeah.
So this is several years later.
And if I knew you liked Metal Gear Solid, I definitely wouldn't have been like, play Final Fantasy. They're so completely opposite.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah. I'm telling you. Like,
come watch me play Final Fantasy 7 for an hour.
I just felt really like, it felt like going to watch somebody's, like, they had the PlayStation. You're seeing all these, like, and the PlayStation was like this leap forward in technology, right? So you see all this stuff you've never seen before, and then it was like going to watch somebody's house to play like a Super Nintendo game. You know, it's just like,
it's crazy how different Final Fantasy 7 looks from Final Fantasy 8. Like, Final Fantasy 7 is super blocky and polygonal, and then Final Fantasy 8 looks like a complete leap forward.
Yeah, it was like watching something on Saturn. Like, I just was very unimpressed.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
and that was it. I just didn't get it. I didn't get it then, and I not that I've ever played it, but to this day, like, I still don't get it, and it's kind of tarnished me on the whole thing. I've never really played one since. I'm like, no, I just don't like those.
Yeah. Understandable. All right, next question. Lord Snurts would like to know who's a bigger disappointment for Ohio?
Oh, fuck this.
J.D. Vance or the Cleveland Browns? Y'all just traded Amari Cooper.
As sad as it is to say, the answer is 1,000% the Cleveland Browns.
Wow.
How do you fuck this up? They've fucked it all. Like, it's completely fucked.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't know if there's ever been a franchise in a worse shape than the Cleveland Browns are right now. In the history
Wizards
of the league. Here's how bad the Cleveland Browns are. I once watched the Cleveland Browns not win a game an entire season.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that season infinitely more than this current season. Delvin's phones. He's getting the tunes.
I was looking at this game. Bruce F was talking about Neva.
Oh yeah, Neva.
That
It's
shit
from
looks dope as fuck.
those are the people that made Gree. And I'm not sure if you saw, I posted Discord. That thing is reviewing very well. It's like super
I didn't
high
know it was
scores.
out.
Yeah. That's definitely on the watch list. Whenever I get through fucking these 8 other games I gotta play, I'll be playing that next too. I might go ahead and buy it anyway.
This looks dope. Oh man.
Yes, it does.
See, that's me watching Final Fantasy VII. Dev just is like, what? This is your.
The way you said dope, Delvin.
That does look dope.
What?
That looks dope.
Yeah, but the Browns, seriously, they went 0-8, 0-17, and I seriously enjoyed that season more than I have this season.
Wow, that's bad.
It's super bad.
Yeah.
It's like the lowest of like for the first time. Literally, they went winless one season, and for the first time,
I remember.
I have seriously considered, like in my brain, I've just been thinking, like, you know what? Maybe they should have just stayed in 1999. They should have just taken the team and left the team. Like, just put me out of the misery. Let me go. Let me go so I can choose a different team to root for. Like, release me. Let me go.
Can.
Fucking
Just sign a
Browns.
waiver.
I can't.
Just leave.
I can't.
Just
I don't
leave.
have that bone in me.
You
I'm
live
not
in
out
Georgia.
here like D-Life with 8 fucking teams in every league that I'm a fan of. I can't be doing
That's a
that
good
shit.
point.
I
Can't
don't
be
Browns
like
are
have
bust.
I don't have that bone in my body. I can't do it. But yeah, they gave Deshaun Watson this ridiculously large contract. They guaranteed every single fucking penny of it. They keep rolling it over into future years. They owe this man, I think, $60 million this year, $60 million next year, $60 million the year after that. And I think that's when they can get out of the contract, but I think they still have to pay him for like 2 years after that. They're paying him for 5 years.
Wow.
They won't bench him because they're paying him so much money, even though here's the other problem. The Cleveland Browns, like their GM, their office, their front office, they are known as being like super money ball analytics guys, like they're numbers guys. They're always looking for how to cheat the cap and to find value. They have statistically, by every metric, the worst quarterback in the league by far. The worst starting quarterback. I'm thinking, just listen to this. Deshaun Watson is the worst starting quarterback in the NFL by a large margin. Jared Goff plays. Sam Darnold plays. There are people you don't even know play. Deshaun Watson looked like an all-pro quarterback like 3 years ago. He's the worst quarterback ever.
He sure did.
That is the most Cleveland Browns shit ever. You trade all these picks and spend all this money to get what was shown to be a surefire thing, only for him to be the worst player at his position. Like, how is that even possible? But it's the Browns.
And you lost Chubb.
The Browns are the Browns are browning. Chubb's coming back this week. That's one thing of hope. Did you? Not that you guys. I know you guys don't care or follow Browns news. Did you happen to see or hear about his letter that he wrote today?
I did read that actually.
It was really good. It was excellent. Chubb is like, he's very important to the fans of the city. Like, they really rally behind that guy. So
You got to get him out of there. He deserves better.
he does. You're 100% right. I got people.
He's got to go.
I got people messaging me. Are you going to trade Chubb? Are you going to trade Garrett? Like, I think at this point, based on the cap, anybody that makes any significant amount of money has value. You probably need to trade them. You need as many picks as possible. Because unless Deshaun can turn it around and start playing even just average quarterback play, not even well, just don't be dead last. If he can't, the only way to get out of this is you have to draft a quarterback. Not because you need to draft a quarterback, because you need a quarterback at the cheapest possible level to come in and play while you pay Deshaun Watson to sit on the bench and not do a damn thing. Like, we're in, like, it's like literally it's football hell. It'll take 4 or 5 seasons to get out of this. And by then,
backup.
Chubb and Garrett and everything, they'll all be old. Ward, like, you've literally wasted an entire roster of really. This is the most talented Browns team we've had in 25 years, and you're going to waste it. You're going to waste every bit of it. You have 0 wins to show for it. His backup's Jameis Winston, who can play better than him.
Play him.
But
My
they won't.
God.
But
That's
they won't
so sad.
because they're paying this dude $65 million.
Like, sometimes you just gotta cut the loss.
Cut losses. You got to Concord this motherfucker.
You gotta Concord. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sony wouldn't do this. They would fix this.
No. They're like, all right, we're cutting this
But
now.
fucking Xbox over here is like, keep trotting them out there. Like,
Yep. Yep, that's very accurate.
It's pretty bad. And I'm saying, I mean this with all sincerity, as bad as JD Vance is, and it's awful, he is not nearly as awful as the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Ugh, put me out of my misery already. Just move the team.
Look,
Fucking become the London Browns. Just get them out of the city so I can root for someone else.
They tried that. And they brought them back. They've already done this. They did this once already.
I don't even know. I've done this dance in my head for decades for the Browns. I wouldn't. I couldn't. They're too evil. Like I couldn't root for Baltimore or Pittsburgh. I'd have to find a different team out of the division. Yeah. Right. But I've always tempted the idea of like, I just pick a different team, but it seems so inauthentic and trivial. Like I can't bring myself to do it. I just can't do it. I don't have it in me. I would love to. I had
a friend who did that. He's from San Diego. He's a diehard Chargers fan.
But they took the team. At least when you lose the team, you have the opportunity.
They pissed him off so much. No, he left the team
before
and decided to become an Arizona Cardinals fan. And the next year, they moved to LA. They're still not. They're not. I can't even call them the LA Chargers because nobody from LA cares about the Chargers.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know. I don't even know.
We don't even care about the Rams.
I don't even know who I'd root for. But like, yeah, I just kind of stopped watching NFL. Like, I don't know. Like it's. It's
well, look, the beauty is basketball season's about to start. You can go watch
absolutely.
The Cavs.
You got college football.
Browns.
Yeah, I got Buckeyes lost, but they played hard.
You got college football.
That's tough. Yeah, it's tough. I got to do the Daniel thing. Like on Fridays I like this team, but on Sundays I like this team. My dad likes such and such, but like I wouldn't know who to root for because like I'd have to pick somebody I have zero ties to, and like nobody has ties to it either. Nobody that I know has ties to it.
Look, as long as it's not the Cowboys, the Chiefs.
No. See, that's the thing. I would want like another lovable loser team.
Yeah, go do
like to pick like a midfield team.
Do the Cardinals.
It couldn't be anywhere near me. So like it couldn't be the Falcons or the Saints. It can't be close to the family. It can't be anybody like that.
Go root for the Colts. That's somewhere out there in the mid. Colts.
I gotta like the uniforms though. That's a part of it too. I was thinking like it would have to be like the Raiders, the Dolphins, or like the Vikings.
I was gonna say the Dolphins.
Yeah,
because the Dolphins are just bad enough.
Just a step
give you hope. They'll give you hope, but they'll always take it away.
Like I don't want to be seen like if I was to ever pick a different team, I would hate to be seen as like jumping on a bandwagon. Yeah. Right, so I need somebody who's down.
Nobody's bandwagon.
I gotta be on the ride up, not not at the top. I gotta jump at the bottom. It's gonna be something like that. Yeah. Seahawks, are they good?
No, they're
See, not. I could be a Seahawks fan. I could see that, something like that. But it'd be fake. It would just be fake. I am a Cleveland Browns fan. For all of their shit, I am a fan. Like, and as I've talked about it a million times. It's a part of the city. Like being a fan, like it's woven into us. I didn't choose to be a Cleveland Browns fan. I am a Cleveland Browns fan. It is this way, like and here's the thing: the Browns have sucked for 30 years. Yes, we're all still there. We still buy tickets. We still watch. You know why? Because we're Browns fans. We don't just like abandon it because they're not good. It's just like it's just pride for the city.
Abusive relationship.
It's Ohio. You guys
when Hugh Jackson was there, not only did they go 0-18 that season or 0-17, they went 1-16 the season after that, which means for 2 entire seasons we won 1 game.
Wow.
It's almost as if you guys don't believe that anything can be better, so you.
Yarden with a great pick. I could be a Panthers fan.
Yeah, Panthers is good.
No, I could be a Panthers fan.
That's a good choice. They're not good. That's a good choice, though. Panthers.
You know what? It might be too close to home because if I pick the Panthers, then I've got so many Falcons and Saints fans. They'd be like, "Why didn't you just pick one of these teams?" You know about Nashville? Could I be a Tennessee Titans fan?
You could. I forget they even exist half the time.
There you go. Sure. Perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
But I can't. As long as the Browns exist, I can't. They will forever be my team.
And you'll forever be forced to wallow in mediocrity with them.
I can't believe they've done this. Like it feels like they've ran the organization so poorly that like the league should intervene and like maybe remove the owner. Like that's how it feels to me. It's like somebody should be like, okay, you can't treat one of our founding franchises like this. You know, it's like, when does the owner ever get held responsible for anything?
I mean, they moved him once.
At this
So,
point,
there's no
I would
respect.
I would welcome him. I'm like, dude, just you fucking
Please.
go take
Put me out of my misery.
and your shitty organization and just take it somewhere else. Like, just put me. You know what he wants to do? He wants to build a new stadium, and he wants the city to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
He's
'cause they-
driven the team into the fucking dumps. He's like,
he
and build me a stadium.
knows that you'll show up.
Oh my God,
He
I
knows
hate
that you
this.
guys don't know any better. You're
See,
an abusive, toxic
and here's the sad
relationship.
When you say it like that, that makes me want to find it. I'm like more than ever. I'm like, you know what? Fuck that.
Yeah.
He knows you don't know any better. He knows you're
Ugh.
still going to show up and stick around no matter how poorly he treats you.
We
You
may
know?
have to do this one day. Maybe we'll do it like on Sweet Hangs. Like maybe I'll do a draft. Like Donnie picks a new NFL team.
Yeah. I like it.
Because we did that with Sean. Ooh, I could be a Broncos fan.
No,
No, I can't.
No,
God,
you can't
no.
be.
Well, wait a minute. Could I jump on the wagon on the Commanders or
you don't.
that'd
You
be
don't want
the
to jump on a
bandwagon.
wagon. You don't want to jump on a wagon.
That'd be
Yeah,
the
Broncos feel like you might be jumping on a wagon.
They
Lions
suck
is a
too.
wagon thing.
That's sad because they sucked for a long time.
Yeah. Can't
Like
jump on
they've
that
only won
wagon.
like 2 playoff games in the last like 50 years.
Yeah, you can't jump on that wagon now. The ship has sailed on that one. They good now.
I kind of want somebody out west. Somebody that's like not close to home, you know, like just out there. You know,
I mean, you could be a Rams fan. Nobody cares about them. Their home games are every other team's home game.
listen, I don't care about them either. So.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't do
Rams, Chargers, feel free. Pick one of them.
that. I like the Raiders. I could trust, like, I could get behind
Raiders are
that.
cool.
The problem with that is if you root for the Raiders, you're going to be in the same exact predicament as you are with the Browns.
That's okay, though. Like,
So you want to go from one abusive, toxic relationship to another.
At least
maybe
the
I'm
Raiders
just
have
this is
cooler
what you
conditioned to
jerseys.
be
want?
that way. Maybe.
This is what you want?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I respect them. I respect, like, the franchise.
Why?
There's a history and a legacy there.
This is what you need to do.
A history of abuse.
You need to get your owner in a Donald Sterling situation. That's what you need to do.
I thought we did when we hired the guy with 30 sexual abuse cases.
But
That was
has
Melvin.
it has to be the owner this time. So.
Oh, so we
He
just
had
need,
to have-
we need the owner to go hang out with Deshaun after practice.
Yes,
Got it.
yes, yes.
Got it.
The player is not enough. It has to be the owner.
Got
Yeah,
it.
because a player they can just get rid of eventually.
You need to get him in a scandal, some type of scandal.
It sucks. The Browns.
It's the only
funny
way.
thing, Cleveland is such a football city. For all the greatness that the Cavs and the Guardians and the Indians have had, it's a football town. Like that town loves. They want nothing more than to be respectable at football. And this, several owners, several coaches, they just keep doing it to them over
Yep.
and over.
And we just get
over.
to add another name to the
To the
quarterback
jersey.
graveyard.
Just keep. Yeah, we can just keep going.
You know what you need to do? Photoshop your head coach and the owner in a picture with Diddy. That'll
Just
do it.
report it like fucking Jimmy Haslam is out here.
Look who
He
he's
was at
partying
Diddy
with.
party. He was
He's
at
at
Diddy
Diddy
party.
party.
He's on that Epstein list. We got to get rid of him.
That might work. That might work.
Yeah.
Who checks facts anyway now? Nobody cares.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Just the
The
worst.
internet said it must be true.
Yeah.
Just the worst.
But yeah, you
Saw it on
can't
Twitter.
go. You
It's
can't
real.
go to the Raiders. It's the same abusive.
So
situation.
you're omitting the Raiders.
Like, you
So we're
can't
back
do it.
to
It's
the
It's the
Titans.
same situation.
You know, here's the thing. When I was a kid, especially like when the Browns were taken away, I liked the Vikings.
Okay.
I had a Viking starter jacket as a kid because I liked the color. Purple's my
Mhm,
favorite color.
There you go.
Okay.
So like that
We
was
like Valhalla. You like Valhalla. We got
true.
some
I
things
didn't
going
know
on
about
here.
that either. I could
I
be a
like that.
Vikings fan.
Viking is Big Donnie energy.
Yeah.
They're
very
never
pale.
quite good
Vikings
enough.
are pale.
But the problem is
But
they're
they're
5-0
close.
right now. They're good.
Right. No, they're
So
always
I feel like
right
like
there.
I'm jumping on the wagon. I don't want to.
But they'll fuck it up. Don't worry. They'll fuck
Get
it up.
up.
They
Fuck it
will.
up.
They do every year. Kirk
They'll
Cousins,
fuck it up.
they got to the playoffs and they flame out in the first round.
The reason that this has never happened, the reason I've never adopted another team is because I've always had the fear that the moment I do, that's when the Browns will turn the fucking shit around. There's like
I don't
an
think you have to
eternal
worry about
fear,
that
like
for a couple
that's
of
what's
years.
gonna happen.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Donnie
Yarden.
definitely can't pick the Steelers.
Yarden.
Shut up.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
The
that's
Steelers,
not an
no.
option.
Absolutely
Not
not.
an
That's
option.
absolutely not an option.
If he ever picked the Steelers, I'd wear my Heinz Ward jersey every single episode.
I couldn't. Not even a little bit. I think it'd be the Vikings or the Titans.
Yeah,
If
two
you're
teams
saying
you
the
can't pick.
Raiders, I can't do it.
You
can't pick the
I
Steelers,
I
can't pick
can't
the
put you in another
Cowboys.
abusive relationship. I can't do that. So.
I would say the Giants, but I can't do like a New York or a Boston
Ugh.
team. You can't do that.
No.
Ugh, no.
So that's the thing. You can't be
No.
in a big market either. Like I don't want to be in a small market.
Yeah, you can't
There you
pick
go.
the
Yeah, Titans or Vikings. That could work for you. You know,
Yeah.
they
I'll
ain't
give
one.
it some thought.
Can't have that.
At least the
Giant
Titans I could go
accent.
see. I could actually go see them once in a while.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna put an asterisk next to the Titans for you.
Okay.
We'll revisit this later.
Remember the Titans.
Give me fucking McNair jersey.
But apparently Delvin didn't know he passed away. Look at that.
Right.
Yeah.
How?
That was
know
the
that.
funniest fucking like we just wake up and Delvin's like, did you guys know? Like that this shit that happened 20 years ago is gonna happen? Yeah, Delvin, we knew.
Yeah, did not know that. Yeah. Apparently he was murdered.
Oh, that was hilarious. That was so funny.
Ridiculous. TPR says, which console did game packaging the best? His vote is for the Switch. Durable and sleek, and cartridges are greater than discs every time. What is durable about the Switch packaging?
It's
Like,
it is
what?
it's a like it is like a tidy, concise, small box.
Tidy, sure. Durable? What?
You could throw it against the wall. That's how I check all my game packages. Throw them against the wall. It's sport tough.
Actually, look this up.
I'm going with Genesis games. I love to look at Genesis games.
Dennis is pretty good.
Like,
I'm still
Their
thinking
boxes-
consoles. You guys thinking about actual games?
he said
Yeah,
game
the actual
packaging.
game boxes.
Oh,
He said,
I was
which
thinking
console did
console.
game packaging?
Gotcha.
Yeah, the packaging.
Because my console one was going to be, I was going to say the Wii. Like, there's the console. The Wii had a really cool, like, they had like the white box, right? And it was like all very like clean. And you have the white and the nunchuck and all. It was very nice, very tidy.
Yawn. I'm going with the Game Boy. If he did, like the original Game Boy package, look dope as fuck.
You guys told me this before. There was a console, forgive me, I don't know, like older games that had like these full, was it Atari? They had like these full art, like fucking images, that like paintings and shit that they put on the
Yes.
case of the games.
That was Atari.
Yeah, those
Mhm.
games look fucking dope. Those games, actual games, look like shit.
Look way
But
better than the game. look.
imaginative vision that they tried to sell to you before you played the game was like they looked like art. Like I'd love to
It
just
did.
have boxes of those just on display because they looked incredible.
They did.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know if it's ever gotten any better than
And
that.
then-
I think it's all
and
just
then
gone
you-
downhill from there.
And then you played the game like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Why
Exactly.
is this stick man running around? This does not look like a haunted castle.
Fucking boxing. It's like
because that's all we had to go on.
this was
the
this
box
was
art.
oh, I know you I'm actually doing the fucking motion. You guys can't see me. Boxing
No, we
was
can't.
just like a circle with two fucking oblong arms going right like this. That looked
Yeah.
terrible.
That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm still going with Genesis. I like the hardened case. I like the art. I like the original where it's like a black checkerboard, and then they move into the side panel, which is all red. I love Genesis cases.
Wait a minute. What was the other one that we talked about that had like really long, like tall cases? Was that Saturn or PlayStation 2?
PlayStation and Saturn both had them. The original
Those
PlayStation
were
had
real
long
nice.
cases.
Yeah,
Um,
those were real nice. I never had one. When you guys told me about them and I looked them up, I was like, yo, that was really nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
It had like a premium look and feel, like it was
Yeah.
durable.
Sega
Like,
CD did too.
those
Yeah.
those was pretty cool.
Mhm.
I would love to see that come back. Because the boxes and shit that we've gotten for like 360 and PS, that's like some cheap DVD shit.
Yeah, just
Yep.
You know, and it all fades and like crinkles and stuff. And even the Switch case is just like a different size version of the same thing. It's just
It's just a jewel
cheap
case.
and lame.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Fucking Kyle the Pug, as Delvin says.
Fuck you, Kyle Pug.
Oh, N64?
The long box.
So I never really I used to bought games like loose and used and stuff. So a lot of them is just cartridges. I bought cartridges, but like when you bought them new, you did get those N64 like box arts and like the game case, like with the box and everything. And the packaging for the N64 carts were always great. Like it was really nice.
It was okay.
Yo, you don't think so?
It was okay.
Not in comparison to like the Genesis, no, or like the original PlayStation. No.
If you Google a picture of them, get a picture of like. I was gonna say when you get multiples of them, not just like one, but when you have like a row of them on a shelf, it looks real nice.
I mean, I think that goes for like all of the like old cases. Like if you actually have the Nintendo cases, the Super Nintendo case, I think those all look dope when they're like all together. But for me, like the durability of the fact that Genesis was in a hardened plastic case, so they didn't break to smithereens like the damn Nintendo. That's why they picked Super Nintendo, because I love their art, but the box was a pile of crap.
Yeah, for the collectors that go hard and they collect the N64 stuff, and you see like a whole shelf of N64 games, like it's real nice.
That's something I've always wanted to be.
It's like a real nice
have my room look like Toys R Us.
Yeah, premium look. It looks real great on a shelf. It's just like
how
growing up when I was actually buying them, like nobody had cases like that. Like you had to buy it brand new at the store. But like if you were buying used, they didn't even have a box. They're like, here's the cartridge.
Yeah.
Hi, son.
No.
What's up, Delvin Jr.? Go steal some of your dad's stuff and go pawn it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Get that money. Make that bread.
Yeah.
I hear he's got a PlayStation he's not going to be using anymore. He's getting a new one. Just fucking hawk that motherfucker.
Go ahead. Do what you got to do. And sell his PSVR too, because Lord knows he can't.
Yeah.
That's true.
Find it. Give it away. Find somebody to take it.
So Kyle the Pug wants to know, what are your top 3 favorite Halloween candies?
All right, we're gonna start our argument.
Because you're gonna pick some basic.
Candy.
You're gonna just say like Hershey's chocolate.
What's
You're
wrong
gonna
with
go
Hershey's
so
chocolate?
basic, Delvin. It's basic as fuck. It's trash. That's what's wrong.
Chocolate's good. That wasn't my answer.
So can we put some
Answer's peanut
parameters
M&Ms.
on this? Because this isn't a question to just answer your favorite candy. It's like candy that you get on Halloween, and those are different things. Like my favorite candy is Mike and Ike's, but you're probably not getting a whole lot of Mike.
You ain't
and
getting
Ike's
those
on
on.
Halloween.
Yeah, you ain't getting no.
No, you're not
Mike
getting
and
no
Ike's.
It exists, but you probably aren't. That's not a real. That's not like a normal thing.
D-Life, get the fuck out of here.
We're thinking of like bite-sized candies that people like hand out.
First of all, I love candy corn. All right, so shut your
You're a
mouth,
monster.
Delvin.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it either.
I'm a fan.
It's
I'm
fun.
a fan. I'm a
It's
fan.
Awful.
It's not my top 3, but I'm a fan.
It's awful.
All right, I'll throw out the first one, and you guys can confirm or deny it. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
the Warhead, the individually wrapped Warhead.
Nah.
No, not for you guys.
It's okay, but I wouldn't put it in my top tier.
It's not. It's not. It's,
I feel
I'm
like
not
I
even eating those.
I feel
I'm
like
giving
I
those away.
only ever eat Warheads on Halloween. Like I never see them or get them throughout the year, but on Halloween there's always a bunch in the bag.
Yeah, 'cause nobody want them shits.
Right,
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
Which is that's kind of what I was going for. It's like a very Halloween-esque candy.
Yeah,
That goes into the dump bowl at work. Like, here's all the Halloween candy we don't want.
Okay, the mini box of Nerds.
I don't like them, but they
Yeah.
are good Halloween candy. I see those
Not a bad
all the
Halloween
time.
candy. Yeah, but no, those can kick rocks too.
My wife always steals and goes for the single miniature bar Kit Kat, but I will raise it and go with the Halloween shaped Reese's cup,
That works. That works for me.
Like
That
the
is-
pumpkins.
yes.
the pumpkin cup.
That's a go on mine. Yes,
That's
is one.
That's definitely goated because I love Reese's. Period.
All right, so there's one. We've got one on the board.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw out, and probably people aren't gonna agree, but the flavored Tootsie Rolls.
Oh,
Fucking
that
love
is
those.
awful.
Fucking love those.
That is the
Absolutely.
Cleveland
So
Browns of Halloween candy.
Thank you. That is correct. That is
You
very
start fucking
correct.
talking about
God.
orange Tootsie Rolls and shit. Ugh.
No.
Those
I
are
mean, you
delicious.
just
The
throw that
vanilla
shit
ones,
trash. That's
strawberry,
just-
apple, give
No.
it to me all day long.
You just like terrible candy.
Yeah, like this is just
I love all the candies. Really,
No.
it's the truth. I love all candy. I'm not turning anything down. That's for sure.
no. I definitely have standards.
Yeah, I'm not eating that shit.
Some stuff I'm like, just put it in the trash. We're not
Yeah,
even gonna
just
eat
throw it
that.
away.
And guess
I
what?
love Tootsie Rolls.
All flavored Tootsie Rolls are in that
I
category.
love them.
Throw
Devil
that
is
shit
correct.
in the
All.
garbage.
M&M's, peanut M&M's,
M&M's, absolutely. Get that shit the fuck out of here. So basic.
the snack size. Yes,
Ooh, all right. I got one
Basic.
for you.
No.
yes.
The small pack of the fun size dip. You know what I'm talking about? The fun dip.
I know what you're
Fun
talking
dip.
about.
You
Fun
get
dip.
the little thing and you lick and you put the thing in there. Those are
Yeah.
really cool.
I haven't had those since the ice cream. truck
They're
in elementary.
cool, but I wouldn't put them in my Halloween bag.
Yeah, me
Damn.
either. No.
Snack size M&M's, baby.
Snack size Milky Ways.
I mean, that's a great candy. But I'm
I
trying
go
to
for
I-
those.
I could-
Like
I'm
that's
trying
what
to think
that's
of
what I'm
things
pulling
that I
out of
could-
my kids' bags.
Yeah, that's the stuff we're stealing.
Ring
That's what I'm
pops?
stealing. Yeah. Who?
Ring pops?
I think I
I'm
still
not
have
sucking
some
on
ring
no
pops
candy.
from last year.
Ooh,
You know.
Lord Snurts, the Starburst 2-pack. That is very Halloween-esque.
That's a good one.
Everybody gets the two Starburst pack. That's pretty good.
Can you imagine a grown ass man sucking on a ring pop for Halloween?
I'm looking at a
It
list of
sounds like
Halloween
something Drake
candies.
would do.
Yeah,
Sounds like something Drake would do. This is definitely
The other
second
one that I
ring
was
pop.
gonna blow pops. How many blow pops does everybody get? Like 1 million?
No, I can't remember the last time I seen the blow pop.
I'm not doing blow pops either.
The individually wrapped Jolly Rancher.
Fuck no.
No,
That
those
that
things
goes
fuck
in
up
the
your teeth.
trash. Those
They
go-
fuck-
You're out here
teeth.
eating orange and pink Tootsie Rolls, but not Jolly
Damn
Ranchers.
straight. Yes, I don't like hard candy.
I don't even understand what planet you come from anymore.
I come
Like
from
you,
Planet California.
enigma of enigmas. Like I
Planet
don't even
California.
understand what we're even doing here. That is some California ass shit to say.
Yes.
You're like,
Yeah.
you know, Jolly Ranchers are trash, but you know what I like? Fucking licorice flavored Tootsie Rolls. Like, what the fuck?
Ugh. But you probably also have a room somewhere that's got a bowl of hard candy that you never go into because that's the East Coast. I don't know why the fuck y'all do that. Why do y'all do
I
that?
don't have a bowl of hard candy. What are you talking about?
That's old people shit.
Yeah, it's old
I'm
black.
not.
It's old black.
I'm not.
people
That's
shit.
you.
Have a-
You're
have a
you're in that
living room.
demographic, not me.
There's a living room that is not used. The furniture is covered in plastic, and there is a bowl of hard candy. It's got some
Werther's Originals.
It's got them strawberries. It's
Oh, I just found a
the Jolly
Halloween.
Ranchers.
I just found a Halloween candy
Delvin
tier
knows.
list on Reddit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read you what's in the S tier on the Halloween candy Reddit tier
I
list.
bet it's some bullshit these white people have
There's
made up.
Brax candy corn,
Yeah.
Brax
bullshit.
I mean-
pumpkins, the
Bullshit.
mini Butterfinger, which I do
I
fuck
love
with.
mini Butterfinger.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
that's
one
also
might be
getting-
able to make the list.
That's getting stolen out of the bag.
Yeah, that's really good. The pumpkin Reese's cup,
Which we
the
said
extreme sour warhead,
no.
the fun pack M&Ms with the peanuts, the yellow
what I said.
fun size M&Ms. That
See?
is the S tier list.
That's what I said.
The A tier list, the single wrapped Crunch Bar,
Eh,
with the Rice Krispie.
If I can get $100,000 instead, give me the $100,000 over there.
the $100,000 bar is right next
There
to
we
it.
go. Let me
Okay,
get that
there you go.
$100,000.
The fun pack of Sour Patch Kids,
Oh yeah,
Those are
take
good. Yeah.
that.
the fun size Whoppers. I have never in my life liked Whoppers.
You're
my
correct.
wife loves Whoppers. She's the only one who eats those. We give her those. Here you go. Here's a Whopper.
Here's another one I don't like, dropping down a tier. The single wrapped York peppermint patty.
Get that shit out of here.
My wife eats those, and I think it's disgusting.
My mom loved those.
Oh.
I
This
eat
one
it
I-
if it's the only thing there.
No, I'm
these
not eating
both of these I get down with hard. If these are in the bag, I take them. The single wrap
Almond
Mr.
Joys.
Good Bar and the crackle.
Crackle. I'll take those.
Crackle.
Look, the Kraken. Unleash the Kraken.
What did you say earlier? What was your?
Where's the almond joys at?
I do love the fucking almond joy.
No.
Where
those
is
are
the
good.
almond joy?
Hard, yeah. I'm a big fan of those.
Told you Reddit fucking up. Everybody said
Yeah,
where the
they-
Kit Kat's at, where the Almond Joy's at. Yeah.
They don't have almond joy on here. It's not even on the list.
Oh,
God
get
damn
rid of the list. That list
All right,
is
so
null and
we've
void.
omitted the list. So what have we agreed on so far? Because add almond joy to that.
The pumpkins,
The
the
pumpkins?
almond joys, the M&Ms,
Yes.
and the Butterfinger.
I think
Correct.
that's good. I think we've done
That's
this.
enough. Yeah, we did it.
I'm
We solved it.
surprised.
We did
I'm
it.
not
We
surprised,
got here.
but like, I really love sour and tart candy more than chocolate, and I think that shows here because I do love the warheads and the sour patches and the. Have you guys had the warhead like taffy, like the airhead warhead things?
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah,
Those are great. Like I'm all down for any of the sour stuff. I want all that kind of candy.
What just happened?
And I don't know. So I don't really do a whole lot of chocolate. My wife is really the chocolate person.
Is that
I like
right?
that
Donnie?
he
That's how
switched
you
and he's
feel?
still like frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't like the chocolate, huh?
Wow.
Bastard.
Trying to make a
Wow.
damn.
So Hulk
We
Hogan.
rocking with you, but you can't
it's-
rock with us, huh?
unless it's almond joy, I'm down with that. And again, the Mr. Good bar and the cracker. I told you, I like
Yeah.
the cracker
Look,
chocolate.
keep saying the crackers. he just likes the crackers.
No chocolate, but I'm here for these
I'm
crackers.
here for the cracker. But yeah, those crackle bars are good.
They are good.
But I'm an almond
do
joy fan.
enjoy.
I am an almond joy fan.
God, I love an
The
almond
best
joy.
thing about it, nobody in my family likes this, so I get them all.
Same.
Everybody's like, "Here,
Big
Dad."
same.
I'm like, "This is the greatest thing ever." Milk duds.
That is correct.
I love milk duds. love them.
Oh,
I love caramel. That's really what it boils down to. I love caramel. Caramel. However you say
I love
it,
like
love it.
I love a whatchamacallit.
I haven't had one of those in years.
That's been a long time.
I do love a whatchamacallit. Like if we're gonna get into chocolate, I want like a Butterfinger, a whatchamacallit, a crackle bar. Like I want something a little off the beaten path, not like your normal regular
Whatchamacallit.
stuff.
How's
I
it
do
go?
love a
What you
a
do?
fucking good Butterfinger.
Yeah, me
What's
too.
it called? Butterfinger's good.
Butterfinger's delicious.
There's a hilarious
Nobody
TikTok
put a
where
layer
this
finger
guy
on my
bought his
Butterfinger.
friend a shirt, and it's in the script and colors of Butterfinger, and the guy wears it, and he doesn't realize that it says butt fingerer
Oh,
instead of Butterfinger.
terrible.
And I'm like, I need this shirt. Like, I need this shirt. Oh, there's a tier list for this.
They felt
Ooh, not that I don't like these at all, but I'm just throwing it out there. What about Fireball?
No.
That does feel like some Halloween shit. I don't think I ever see those except for Halloween.
Yeah, because that comes in
Yeah,
that
no.
variety bag. Nobody eats half of the shit in it.
Yeah, no. Might as well break out the Cherry Clan. The
Oh shit, we missed like the staple, the flower, the bedrock of all Halloween candy bowls, the Smarties.
trash. Get them out of here.
That's that
Damn.
chalk candy we all grew up on.
Yeah. That shit can go away.
I-
God, I hate those.
Yeah, you're gonna get 100 of those.
Yeah,
No matter what you want, you're gonna. What are you guys giving out? Do you guys give out candy? What are you guys doing?
I probably would.
I'll hand out candy. My wife is actually going out of town, so I'm gonna take the kids and have a bowl out front.
Nice.
Just
We're
take
giving away Pokemon cards this year.
it. I'd be pissed.
No, we got candy too. If you want, we're giving both. We got candy. Like we have a bowl of candy. There's
It's all right, you kid.
so I did not know that Nintendo did this, but you can buy Halloween packs of Pokemon cards. They're smaller packs that are made specifically to hand out on Halloween. And I bought like 4 boxes of them. I thought it was really cool. And then I threw in a bunch of warheads and a bunch of candy and a bunch of but I do all the sour stuff.
So you threw in all the throwaway candy. Got it.
Not
Got it.
throwaway candy. Good candy. Sour Patches, warheads, like good sour candy.
Yeah.
And you can just grab a handful. You get yourself some Pokemon cards, get yourself some candy.
How do y'all feel about Red Hots?
Trash.
I'm when I'm in the
That was
mood. I'm like when I'm want a red hot, I'm really into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
when do you think I'm gonna drive to Georgia to get some goddamn chocolate? Get some candy from
You're
Donnie.
not getting no chocolate. You're just getting sour candies and Pokemon cards.
You're getting Pokemon.
Sounds like a good day.
I'm not driving
See?
10 hours.
See?
Delvin Jr., you can take the bus.
Yeah, I'm not driving 10 hours to get some Pokemon cards.
You better ask Uncle Donnie for a gift bag. Put it in the mail.
Yeah.
We do. I'm sure we won't have any left, but I do think I overdid it. I think I spent like $40 in Pokemon packs. So we have like 150 packs of Pokemon. There's a bunch. There's a lot in that.
Send
fucking
some to
bowl,
Delvin
man.
Jr.
And I think my daughter's gonna handle the candy. I was like, hey, you got to police the bowl. She's like, why? I was like, some kids are gonna come here and see that, and they're gonna try to grab like 20 packs.
Yes, they are.
I thought it was cool. What's your worst? I won't just say candy, but like your worst thing that you can pick up on trick or treat, because you ever see the people that like hand out toothbrushes or apples or some shit like that is pretty bad.
Raisins.
Oh,
Yeah,
good call.
The
little
pack of
bunny,
raisins.
yeah.
You'll get that shit the fuck out of my. I don't egg people's houses, but that is the time I would egg your fucking house.
Did you guys ever? And you don't have to admit to the crime. Are you guys aware of people that steal kids' candies on Halloween?
Yeah. I mean,
I told my
I've never seen it
mother-in-law
happen.
this
That's a
one
thing.
year, where I was telling her, I was like, I might go out and like try to scare some kids to take their candy, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's a thing." She's like, "Nobody has ever stolen somebody's candy." I was like, "That's a big thing."
That is
Mhm.
the thing.
I was like, "I don't know what neighborhood you're from. That was a huge thing. We used to terrorize the shit out of little kids. Hey, you don't get off the street, I'm taking candy."
Yeah. I know bagjacking was definitely a thing.
Yeah. She still talks about it to this day. She's like, God, Donnie grew up in the worst neighborhoods. People stole his candy.
Yeah.
Hey, you better protect that shit.
You ain't never been to the hood and it shows.
Yeah, you can make quick dumps. You hit a block and you come back. And you hit a block. You never, you need to make frequent deposits. Don't be walking around with a bunch of shit.
Looking like Santa
Lose
Claus get jacked.
You about to get bagjacked. Bagjack, homie. Check yourself.
It was so wholesome that she didn't even think this was a thing that existed.
God.
People
Her
steal
privilege.
candy?
People are stealing
Just-
your privilege.
Apparently, people are taking little kids' candy like hotcakes.
It might be the blacks.
Delvin reading Halloween Monthly. Holy shit, guys!
Did you hear about this, Tom?
Tom! Oh, good pull. That is some white fucking
Yeah.
We had one year, and it was actually great, but it was weird. The first year that we moved into our neighborhood, we took our kids. It's the
They're eating the cats.
They're
They're eating the dogs.
eating the They're eating the pet.
They're stealing the candies.
The first year we moved into this neighborhood, we went trick or treating, and there was a neighborhood neighbor near us that had like all the decorations up, and at the time there wasn't many houses. There was like 10 houses in our whole neighborhood that did it. Now we're up to like 50 or 60. You can get like a decent pool. She made cupcakes and was handing out individual cupcakes to everybody that came by. And when I tell you she made cupcakes, like she opened the door to go get the cupcakes for the kid. This woman had like trays of cups. She made like 400 cupcakes. Like her fucking kitchen was covered in cupcakes.
Wow.
And like you walked up and she was like, what are you, like chocolate, vanilla, red velvet? And you're like, what? And here she come with a cupcake. And they were like all individually, like she had like kind of like the little like fast food containers that you would like fold and she would put a cupcake in every one. And I remember my wife, she was like my wife was like, this is weird. She was like, we're gonna check that cupcake.
Is definitely suspect.
It is.
Because you are told if it's open, you don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
It's
But there was
definitely
nothing wrong
that
with it. It was
cupcake.
great. Just a sweet old lady wanting to think outside the box,
Yep.
but definitely like threw us for a loop at first. We're like, I don't know about this.
Yep. Because that goes to what Delvin Jr. asked. He said, since you guys are old, were there ever actually drugs in candy, or is that a myth?
I never got drugs. We did find needles at times. There were some evil asshats out there that would do that. You
Never
ever
had
find
any
like
of
a
those things.
safety pin or something in a Tootsie Roll? I've come across a couple of those.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Shit, I wish there were drugs in my candy.
I know, right?
So-
Put
so-
them drugs
so-
in them brownies and them cupcakes.
What was it you
Like,
talk
come
about?
on
The
now.
candy lady? Was she handing out more than just that?
I wish.
You know, like you go up there.
Her
it's like,
son probably sold some work.
Yeah.
Her son definitely was selling some
Selling out
drugs.
dime bags in Halloween. Like, hey,
Yeah, he
like,
definitely was
we
selling
all
something.
share.
Yeah.
Dude, did I tell you guys about the gummies that I picked up?
Yes.
No, you did not.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
He
Since
did?
it's late in the show and most people won't get here, I went and got a bunch of stuff from like the local CBD store for the vacation. And Melissa's gonna take it. And she does this not frequently, but every now and again, especially like a special occasion, she'll dabble in this with me. And I'm talking to the guy and I'm like, I want something that's like actually gonna I want something that's like strong, get the effect. And he sells me these gummies, and they're like twice as expensive as all the other ones. And he goes, yo, if you're gonna take this, he's like, just don't have any plans. Like, stay home. Like, don't go nowhere. Okay. And the first time I took it, like I remember, and I think I may have told you this, the first time I took it, like I felt it the next day. Still like went and operated and everything, felt it the next day. All right. So my wife and I take this. And I think I took like a half of one. So we're on vacation. We take the whole one. Do I tell you that we were completely fucked? Like she was like, I forgot how to walk fucked. Like listen to me and know that this is not an exaggeration. Like stayed in bed the whole next day fucked. Like completely out of it. Like no memory of what happened.
Damn.
So we get back and my wife was like, I need to look this. I was like, yeah, I never want to take that again. Like it was just a crazy hard trip. She looks it up. She's like, I want to see what this is. She finds a Reddit thread. And it's like a survivor's thread. It's like, have you ever tried this? And here's the thing. Here's what the guy didn't tell me. It's 36 times stronger than the average gummy.
Jeez.
36 times.
Yeah, he tried to kill y'all.
Oh my goodness. And we just took it like a bunch of idiots. We're like, it'll be fine. Oh my God. Oh,
P. Diddy, y'all.
oh, we were out of it, man. Like just fucking out of it. Yeah. So
if they can survive this, they'll be back.
you got to watch the candy. Like that's a long way of saying you got to watch the candy, man. You need to check it.
My kids definitely we don't give them a lot of candy. So half the candy they get, I take.
Dad
I eat it
tax.
or it goes to work with me. Oh, it's massive dad tax.
Damn, Dev's out here like the fucking U.S. government.
Basically,
I'll take 45% of everything you own,
90,
and we'll take occasional sales tax on everything you purchase.
Yes.
Yep.
Whew.
All right. I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Snurts will ask your other question next week because
Yes. 'cause
Damn,
we already
did
have
my
like,
man
solid
starts wrong.
almost 1 o'clock.
he got one question in. You know,
Yeah.
he got one in. He's good.
Okay.
Now we know that the Cleveland Browns are worse than JD Vance.
Yeah. Not by much. just enough. It's like
Enough
1A,
to make
1B.
Johnny want to consider switching teams.
Yeah. 1A, 1B.
Basically.
I can't wait to hear Daniel listen to the show.
He's
Do
here.
it, Donnie. Totally
He was
do
here
it.
for a while.
He's like, hey man, you can like be a Bears fan with me on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday night games are for the Bears. Let's go.
Be a Pacers fan on
He
Saturday.
has to become like a Canadian Football League fan.
That's
Yeah, you know that might be where it's at for you. You know.
You
Or
know
just
what,
like
Donnie?
start taking up soccer.
I got
I
one.
just
for
get
you.
like really into soccer all of a sudden.
Lingerie Football League. Let's
Hey,
go, baby.
now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, it's not
Does,
too bad.
does Cleveland have a team?
I have no idea. I doubt it. Yeah, maybe I'll just switch from the NFL to the WNBA. That's like popping off. I just pick a WNBA team and start doing that instead. Just quit watching professional football altogether.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
I could do
Look,
that.
if they get the lingerie league, can we get Lola Vice and Nikita Lyons in it? Can we just throw them
Good
in the
idea.
lingerie league, please? Can we do that? Is that an option?
That is an option.
All right. Well, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please play some video games.
Nobody sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, it's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, the edges.